The Bet Rivers Money Line tonight, brought to you by the Bet Rivers app and the Rivers Casino, of course, on the North Shore. And the Penguins, a plus 107. The Islanders are favored at minus 130 tonight on their home ice. Let's welcome in Michelle Crecchiola of Penn's Inside Scoop. And the guy who finished it off for the Penguins the other night into the empty net, Blake Lizotte, was playing in only his second game. And just watching him play, I get the feeling that he would have helped the Penguins earlier in the season had he been in the lineup every night, because he does bring a certain element, does he not, Michelle, to the game, and something the Penguins could use?
Yeah, he really does. I feel like Mike Sullivan has used the phrase when he's talking about players like Lizotte or Michael Bunting or Patrick Hornquist, where he says that those guys tend to drag the team into the fight. And I think that's something that he brings. And I remember when he first signed that 2-year deal with the Penguins after spending the first, 5+ seasons of his career with Los Angeles in the Kings organization, he said that was something he brought to whatever team he's on, whether it was, playing in the USHL for the Fargo Force or for St. Cloud State or, then later for the Kings, was that, when the team just doesn't have it on any given night, he feels like he can bring that energy, that tenacity, and really do everything he can to sort of get the guys on that, get on board and get the train moving, so to speak. So he said that's what he brings for most teams. And, Sullivan also said he has a solid defensive conscience. So he's got good awareness. He can take face-offs. He can play the wing. He's quick. He's willing to block shots. So that's something that a big reason why he had him on the ice in the final, minute of play or whatever it was, and where that gave him the opportunity to score the empty net goal, Stag. So, it hasn't been the easiest process for him overall, just having to acclimate to his new team by jumping onto that moving train, but he's coming along. He said it's something where, it was difficult for him trying to learn his new team while working his way back from an injury, but, he's only going to get better, and he's coming along. So I think, for him having made his debut and then to get that goal is definitely all things he can build on, Stag. And just in general, I feel like it's just so impressive the career he's been able to carve out for himself at just 5'7". It's something where, his height is sort of noticeable in the sense that he definitely doesn't have quite the stature that, his teammates do. But, he said for him, it's just something where people are going to tell you your whole life, you can't do this, you can't do that, but you just got to believe in yourself. And he said he just tried to push through that narrative of, he's too small, he's undrafted, he's not good, all at a young age, and said whether it's business or school or whatever your goal is, that if you put the work in to put yourself in a spot to get lucky, he thinks you can sort of create your own luck by working hard. So it's cool to see, the career he's built for himself. And, he's one of the few players that Kyle Dubas signed to more than 1 year. He got a couple years in free agency. The Penguins really like him. So I guess we'll see what else he's able to do here, Stag, as he moves forward into the rest of the year.
I was talking to Brian Hayward, the color analyst of the Ducks, who saw a lot of Lizzo, as they call him, in Los Angeles. And he said really good, glowing things about him. He thinks he's a good hockey player. So I don't think there's any doubt that he's only played 2 games here. I think people are going to like him once he gets a chance to be in the lineup on a regular basis. And I think he will bring a certain ingredient that the Penguins need. Thanks a lot, Michelle. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you before the Carolina game on Thursday.
Sounds like a plan. I look forward to it. Thanks for having me, Stag.
All right, that's Michelle Crecchiola of Penn's Inside Scoop, and we'll talk about the goaltending matchup in a moment. Get you our Shop and Save contestant on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm approaching the age where I'm going to start getting my clothes the same place I get my groceries.
Angela Johnson-Reyes, the family reunion tour.
Can't keep shopping at the same stores I used to shop at. Like Forever 21? No, you're not. Turns out that was a lie.
See Angela Johnson-Reyes live on stage in Pittsburgh. The Event Center at Rivers Casino, Friday, April 25th. Get tickets now at riverscasino.com.
Penguins hockey is back at PPG Paints Arena.
Crosby comes in for Pittsburgh on the backhander. He scores! There's that patented backhand shot from the captain.
Join us for this year's must-see matchups and gotta-have-it giveaways with a custom no-fee 5-game flex plan. Build your plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Top angle shot, centering pass, they score!
Drew O'Connor catches the beat from Evgeny Malkin. Secure your custom no-fees 5-game flex plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com. Attention Penguins fans, are you ready to make a difference? Join the sustainability movement with Indra Energy, a proud partner of the Penguins Pledge. Choose Indra Energy's renewable energy plan and join the movement to help combat climate change. Your electricity usage will be paired with renewable energy certificates from electricity sources like wind and solar, which may help reduce your carbon footprint. In 1 year alone, Indra Energy customers prevented thousands of tons of carbon from entering the Earth's atmosphere. Sign up today at indraenergy.com. Terms and conditions apply.
FNB is the official retail and digital bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can expect great checking, obviously, and top caliber performance at home and on the road with the best-in-class FNB Direct mobile banking app. It means hard work and a winning attitude, day in, day out. And it means we're always looking for a chance to assist on your goals. Let's get started. FNB, member FDIC.
Puck drop is around the corner. But first, we go between the pipes. Sponsored by PPG, the official paint of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Clyde Davis of Morgan, Pennsylvania, with a chance to win a $250 gift card from Shop and Save. And our Shop and Save shutout sweepstakes, if Alex Nedeljkovic can get a shutout tonight, and the Islanders have been shut out 4 times, so the shutout definitely is a possibility, I would say. In that case, Clyde would get the $250 gift card. If not, he'll get a $25 gift card. If you'd like to register for the Shop and Save shutout sweepstakes, log on to PittsburghPenguins.com. Alex Nedeljkovic has a .959 save percentage his last couple of games. He's played really well, and he is going up against Ilya Sorokin. And Nedeljkovic's record now is 2-2-1 with a 2.75 goals against average and a .903 save percentage. Sorokin is 3-3-1, 2.29 goals against, and a .922 save percentage. He's 8-5 lifetime against the Penguins. And by the way, Tristan Jarry, in his quest down there in Wilkes-Barre to get his game back on top, he is 3-0 with a 1.95 goals against average and a .937 save percentage. So he's playing really well for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Chris King, the radio voice of the Islanders, is our guest when we back-check the Pens in a moment on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, PPG, official paint of the Penguins.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bourque. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shifts. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Together with the Penguins, PPG increases access to free STEM education through the annual Science at Play and Sticks and STEM events at PPG Paints Arena. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
Gather a group for a Penguins game this season and save. Lock in great seats at a great price with a group of 10 or more today.
Back to the point with a shot. Scores! Evgeny Malkin plays hero, and you can slap it on the Broadway marquee.
Call 412-642-PENS or visit PittsburghPenguins.com for details. Be sure to ask about our new fan experience packages. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
Hey, Penguins fans, make dessert easy with a DQ fudge and crunch cake or Blizzard treat cake. Dairy Queen is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Pittsburgh Penguins. At Dairy Queen, happy tastes good.
On the ice, playing smart can sound like this. And in the grocery store, shopping smart will sound like this. At Shop and Save, you can have a game-winning meal plan with essential everyday Culinary Circle and Stone Ridge Creamery products. Stock up on our store brands and rack up your pump perks to redeem at 140 participating Sunoco locations. Shop, save, enjoy life.
For generations, hard-working people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. a legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
The Penguins have a storied collection of MVPs. Now, Mr. Magic Car Wash has an MVP of its own. Our 2-car monthly unlimited premier plan gives your family twice the shine for just $59.99. Sign up today at MrMagicCarWash.com. Official car wash of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Paul Steigerwald is getting you ready for the action on Penguins Live Pregame. This segment is brought to you by your local Pittsburgh area Lexus dealer. Experience amazing.
Time to back check the Pens, brought to you by Shenderovich and Fishman. They've got your back, not your wallet. Call 1-888-98-TWINS. Always a pleasure to welcome Chris King, the radio voice of the Islanders, to the booth, to the studio in our case, and his booth. And that's because we do it every year, and it's always a great way to catch up on what's going on with the Islanders. First of all, Chris, how's it going?
It's going great, Steige. Thanks for having me, and it's always great catching up with you as well.
What's happening with the Isles?
Well, injuries are the big story right now. They have 5 players out injured, including 3 of their top defensemen, 2 of their top forwards, and even prior to the injuries, scoring had been the biggest problem. They'd been shut out 4 times in their first 10 games. So they're trying to find some offense and now find themselves without their top 2 wingers and then trying to be strong on D and finding that half the D is now on the shelf. And, they're having to play a lot of youngsters, including another one up tonight, a 20-year-old in Isaiah George, who will make his NHL debut.
People think that when you lose defensemen, that means you're not as good defensively, but it can affect your entire game if it's guys who know how to move the puck out of their own zone. And you can have a lot of disconnect with guys that aren't used to playing with one another.
Oh, absolutely. And now you got to play the 3 guys that are veterans, way more minutes than they ever have in their past. So in guys like Adam Pelech, he's their best all-around defenseman. He was an all-star. Mike Riley's probably their best puck-rushing defenseman. And Alex Romanov's, their best shot blocker, their best physical defenseman. And those are the 3 who are out tonight. And so it's going to be up to the youngsters to step up. And then they're obviously going to count on the veterans like Dobson and Mayfield and Ryan Pulock to play big minutes. In fact, Pulley, in the last game at the Garden, played the most ice time he's ever had in a game, and he's played almost 500 games in the National Hockey League.
Wow, we were always kind of curious to find out what the identity of the Islanders would be once Patrick Waugh had a whole training camp with you guys. Is there any difference? It's kind of hard to identify it, I guess, when you have all these injuries.
Yeah, it is, Steige, and that's a great point. But I think they were thrilled to finally get a training camp under him because obviously he arrived in late January last year, so didn't really have a training camp after he replaced Lane Lambert. But it was a tough camp. It was not easy, so he set the tone early. A lot of coaches, bag skate guys at the end of practice. He would bag skate them in the middle of practice, and then they'd go back to practicing. So his theory was, look, you're going to be tired during games, so I want you to be tired and then see how you perform in practice after that. And it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, but you don't see too many coaches do it. So they knew what they were in for in his first training camp. He lived up to the billing, and they were in great shape going into the year, only to have these injuries, take out 5 starters, which is what they'll be down tonight.
We talked about the defense. You're also missing a couple of guys up front, some pretty good hockey players. I've always liked Anthony Duclair. I know he's been somewhat inconsistent in his career, but I like him a lot.
And you know what, Steige? He was terrific. He only got 5 games before he got hurt, but the one thing they had been lacking all of last year was a first-line left wing to play with Bo Horvat in the middle and Matt Barzal on the right. So they get the Duke, as he's known, the Duke of Long Island, as I call him, Anthony Duclair, and he was terrific. The chemistry was forming. They were really gelling. Then he goes down, and then, 5 games later, Matt Barzal's on the shelf as well. So now you got Bo Horvat as the last man standing on that top line, and, we don't know when we're going to see them all back together as a trio again, but Duclair should be the first one back, hopefully sometime around Thanksgiving, and we're looking at 4 to 6 weeks for Matt Barzal. But you're talking about, and Matt Barzal, a multiple-time All-Star, a winner of the NHL's fastest skater competition, their perennial leading scorer, and Anthony Duclair, who has, put up good numbers in the past when he's played with good players, like his stint down in Tampa with the Lightning. He really, put up about a goal every 2 games when he was playing with, the Stamkoses, the Kucherovs, the Points, and for him, playing with Barzal and Horvat, he said it was very similar for him, and that's why he was off to the terrific start.
Kinger, there was nobody like the identity line of the Islanders with Cal Clutterbuck and Matt Martin and Casey Cizikas, and they were always up against the team's top players, really unique in that regard. That doesn't exist anymore. I know Matt Martin is a scratch, and they're just broken up. So how has that affected the overall feeling or identity of the Islanders, do you think?
I think they miss it, Steige. I'm going to be honest with you, and they were that line that Don Cherry once called the greatest fourth line in the history of the National Hockey League. So they played together as a line for 10 years. So right now you have Casey Cizikas, who's still in the lineup every night. He was the center. As you said, Matt Martin came to camp on a PTO, a professional tryout. He knew that if there were injuries, he'd get an opportunity. That has happened, but he's also going to be in and out of the lineup because, they're trying to look at some young players. And Cal Clutterbuck, the third member of that line, is actually now switched over to the broadcast side, and he's working the broadcast for MSG Network. So, you got Casey playing tonight, you got Matt Martin as a healthy scratch, and you got Cal calling the game on MSG. So it's a far cry from that CCM line, as I call them all the time, Cizikas, Clutterbuck, and Martin. And Butch Goring always called them the identity line because they would set the identity for the team. And, you're right, it's just not the same when you don't have that trio together.
Well, I will say this. There's something about the two uniforms, though. When the Penguins and Islanders get together, the Islanders have been a real thorn in the sides of the Penguins. And with all the injuries and everything, I don't count anything as a given when it comes to the New York Islanders and the Penguins. Hey, Kinger, thanks a lot for taking the time. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks so much for having me, Steige. Always great talking hockey with you.
That's Chris King, the radio voice of the New York Islanders, and we'll have Coach's Corner for you next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Ho, ho, hold up! It's Jimmy Fallon, and you're invited to my place for Christmas. Get ready for a new channel of classic holiday songs handpicked by me. Plus music from my new Christmas album, Holiday Season. Jimmy Fallon's Holiday Seasoning Radio. On now, Channel 17, or listen at home with the SiriusXM app. Just search Jimmy Fallon.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
The National Women's Soccer League Championship game is coming to SiriusXM. Hey, it's World Cup winner Heather O'Reilly of SiriusXM FC. Join Jessica Charman and me for the first national radio broadcast of the NWSL Final. That's right, Heather. We'll be taking you through every thrilling moment live from Kansas City. Join us as we make history at the 2024 NWSL Final on Saturday, November 23rd at 8 Eastern. And it's on SiriusXM FC channel 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Ray Hudson here with an important announcement. You can listen to your favourite SiriusXM FC shows on the all-new SiriusXM app, now available for all subscribers.
Pens for more.
On this segment of the UPMC Penguins Live pregame show, we hear what Penguins head coach Mike Sullivan has to say before puck drop. Sponsored by Jim Shorkey Auto Group, an official auto dealer of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I would say that as Erik Karlsson plays, so go the Penguins. And Mike Sullivan says that he's playing pretty well right now, and that is good news for the Pens.
I think he's competing harder defensively. We've tried to encourage Carl to use his talents defensively, most specifically his skating on just closing on people and using his stick and taking time and space and using his brain. He's a really smart player. He's got great skills, but I think he's making a concerted effort at being more aggressive defensively, and I think that's helping us, especially in our own end. He's always talented with the puck, but I also think he's cut a lot of risk out of his game. He's not he's making better decisions in the critical areas of the rink, not forcing plays that aren't there. He's got a bomb of a shot. We're trying to encourage him to shoot it more. He's good at delivering pucks and getting pucks down to the net when we have people there, and he has the vision to see it. So he makes good decisions on when to deliver a puck and when not to. If we're not there, we don't necessarily want to put it there. He sees that stuff pretty well. So I think he's bringing a lot to our team right now.
He's got to keep bringing it. That's what he's supposed to do, and that's a pretty good summation of what Erik Karlsson's doing when he's doing it right. We'll be back with more. Kevin Hayes will speak with the old 2-9er as we get ready to take you out to Long Island for the Penguins and Islanders on the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, it's Hockey Talk time, where teamwork takes the spotlight. In hockey, success begins with a superb lineup, much like our Penguins.
Oh, you got that right, Roger. And speaking of success, Ford's lineup offers a winning combination of power, agility, and leadership.
Ooh, sounds like a dream team to me, Jimmy. With that being said, it's our pleasure to introduce an unbeatable roster. Mustang, F-150, Bronco Sport, and Escape.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
In life and on the ice, the action moves fast. You need a solid team ready to back you up no matter what happens. With S&T Bank, get the ultimate playbook for achieving your financial goals. Our dedicated bankers have the strategy that'll help you score big. When it's time to set up a winning strategy, S&T Bank will get you in the game. Stop by a branch today or visit stbank.com/PensRadio to learn more. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend bets against your team, end the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When the Pens score 5 goals in any game, it's a magic moment from Mr. Magic Car Wash. You get a free Magic Shine Wash, our premier service valued at $25. This huge perk for the best fans in hockey can be redeemed at any of our 16 locations. Mr. Magic, official car wash of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'm approaching the age where I'm going to start getting my clothes the same place I get my groceries.
Angela Johnson-Reyes, the family reunion tour.
Can't keep shopping at the same stores I used to shop at. Like Forever 21. No, you're not. Turns out that was a lie.
See Angela Johnson-Reyes live on stage in Pittsburgh. The Event Center at Rivers Casino, Friday, April 25th. Get tickets now at riverscasino.com.
This is the Pittsburgh Penguins Hockey Network. This copyrighted broadcast is the property of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of all or part of this broadcast, or any descriptions or accounts of this game therein without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Penguins is strictly prohibited. 2 Minutes with the Old 2-9er, sponsored by FedEx Ground, official delivery company of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Welcome to the Old 2-9er Pens and Islanders. We're joined now by Penguins forward Kevin Hayes. And Hazy, I went down the rabbit hole a little bit, looked at some numbers. Most in your career against any other team. You also have more goals in the month of November, 35, than any other month during the season. Why?
It's nice hearing those stats. It's good for the confidence. But no, I think being in the Metro for a long time, played the Islanders a lot. It's a team. It's always been a big rivalry for teams I played for, and maybe the mustache has something to do with it.
Would you say? I mean, because you played the Islanders so much, some of the names have changed, but really their philosophy and their style of play really hasn't, right?
No, not at all. They're usually a defensive-minded team. I know we got a new coach last year. I think they've added some offense to their team, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be a grind. You have to work for everything, and like pretty much every game, you got to get behind their D and get to the net.
You were around long enough. Winning's way more fun than losing, right? But you go through the 6-game slide, you win a couple. Just the importance of you mentioned Metro teams, Islanders, Carolina, Washington. The importance of this road trip.
Yeah, it's huge. Every game's big for 2 points, but when you're playing in division rivals, it's that much more important. And like you said, we went on a pretty bad stretch there on the road. I know we have this road trip and then some home games coming up, so it'll be huge to get 2 points tonight. Keep this thing going. It's not as fun coming to the rink when you lose. So getting a win 2 games ago kind of just completely changed the mood in the room, and I think we've been feeding off of that. And hopefully we can keep this thing going.
Hazy, thanks for doing this. Keep the duster going. Keep lighting up the Islanders, and have a great game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Kevin Hayes, and your 2 minutes with the old 2-9er. Enjoy the hockey.
This is the Highmark Injury Update, brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official and exclusive healthcare plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Radio Network.
Lots of injuries for the New York Islanders. Barzal, Duclair, Riley, Pelech, and Romanov, all regulars in their lineup, are out. Key defenseman, Pelech, maybe their best defenseman, is out. So they're in a tough spot right now with injuries. For the Penguins, Brian Rust and Matt Nieto are on the trip, but they're not ready to play yet. And as for the lottery, as we get you ready for the game here, the Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $303 million. That's 303. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Joe Brand and the old 2-9er have the game for you from Long Island. Pens and Islanders coming up on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank. Shop and Save and Sunoco both know that running on empty is never an option on the ice. It's all about performing your best and staying full of energy. On the road, it's no different. Fuel up with the best and redeem Shop and Save pump perks at over 140 participating Sunoco locations. We make it easy to fill your tank so that you can head to the rink and witness more moments like these. Shop, save, enjoy life.
FNB is the official retail and digital bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can expect great checking, obviously, and top caliber performance at home and on the road with the best-in-class FNB Direct mobile banking app. It means hard work and a winning attitude, day in, day out. And it means we're always looking for a chance to assist on your goals. Let's get started. FNB, member FDIC.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Everything is better on ice.
Goes his way in. Provorov cuts it and scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Join us at PPG Paints Arena on Saturday, November 16th for Grateful Dead Night when the Penguins battle the San Jose Sharks.
Carlson high slot to Malkin, a drive. Loose puck in front, they score!
It's Grateful Dead Night at PPG Paints Arena featuring live music from Pittsburgh jam band The Cause on Saturday, November 16th. Secure your tickets today at www.pittsburghpenguins.com/promotions. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents Penguins Hockey. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number 1 Cochrane, Go One Better, by IC Light, by Shop and Save, proud partner of the Penguins Radio Network, by McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins, by Get Go Cafe and Market, Get Go, where the Pens go, by Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins Hockey is also presented in part by Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of the Penguins, by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. By Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life. And by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. And now to the action, called by Joe Brand and the old two-liner Phil Bourque.
It's a week of Metro Division madness, and it begins tonight as the Pittsburgh Penguins kick off a 3-game road trip against a division rival they currently hold a slim advantage over in the New York Islanders. And not only are 2 important points available for the Penguins tonight, but their red-hot captain, Sidney Crosby, is getting closer and closer to another milestone moment. Welcome in, Penguins fans, and welcome to UBS Arena in Elmont, New York, home of the New York Islanders. Alongside the old two-niner, we got him back, Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brand. What's up, TV star? Great to have you back.
Well, I thought I'd come slumming down in radio. No,
we had to move out the champagne and the caviar to bring him back.
Thank you for the Vaseline on the side of my head just to get it through the door. No, it's good to be back. And, Metro matchups, man. It doesn't get any better. You love it. And the Penguins haven't played many Metro games so far this year. So the next 3 in a row, it's going to be exciting. Up the ladder you go. You win a couple games and you look, okay, we're not so bad, right? 6-game slide. I mentioned it before, Joe. We can't go on another one. You can win a couple. You can lose a couple, that type of thing. But you can't have a 6-game slide and expect to get into the playoffs. So up the ladder you go. You won 2. You feel good about yourself. A little different mood on the plane ride, right? And in the locker room. And you want to keep things going. They haven't been pretty. You've played 2 teams in Anaheim and Montreal that don't figure to make the playoffs. This is a team here that some people say yes, some people say no, but they're right for the picking, right, Joe? Because they're all banged up and time to take advantage of the Islanders.
A big reason why this team has been able to turn things around. There's no mistake. It's Sidney Crosby. Currently 7 points over his last 3 games and 4 goals and 3 assists. What difference have you seen from 87?
Joy. Yeah. To put it simply, there's joy in his game. We've mentioned that Sid can't hide it. Maybe he thinks he can hide it, Joe, but I've been watching Sid since he first came into the league in 2005, and he wears his heart right on his left sleeve. And when things aren't going his way, it shows. And it showed in his play, but he picked himself up like he always does and dusted himself off and said, no, I'm not going to let this keep happening. And he has dragged everybody into the fight. The Penguins have 3 fights in the last 3 games. That tells you a little bit about something, because we mentioned, it was Sid that kind of lit the fuse with his physical play, right? And everybody kind of picked it up. When you see the captain playing that way, Jack St. Ivany jumps in to defend his captain. Some people say, well, that doesn't really. It means a whole lot. It means a lot to bringing a team together. So I look at it as the captain leading the way physically, leading the way with shooting the puck more, leading the way of playing stronger defensive, better in the face-off dot. Just keep checking the boxes, man. Everything he's doing right now seems to turn to gold, especially the way the puck is jumping off his stick, because he has a shoot-first mentality.
It is still very early in the season, but if we do look at the standings, the Penguins slightly above the New York Islanders right now. The Islanders are skidding, and they're kind of hurt right now. They're really banged up. They're missing 4 important guys, won't be in tonight's lineup. How do you approach this game knowing you're taking on the Islanders? Maybe not their best roster, but that doesn't mean they're not going to give their best effort tonight.
2 things. Number 1, put a giant bullseye on Brock Nelson, Bo Horvat, Anders Lee, Kyle Palmieri. Those are 4 guys that every time you jump over the boards, you better know where they are, because those are the guys that are the goal scorers. And you mentioned with Matt Barzal out of the lineup, Anthony Duclair is no slouch either. Those are a couple of key forwards. And then on the back end, you got Adam Pelech, who's just giving the Penguins fits. Him and Pollock together, Pelech and Pollock and Pelech. They're as good as a duo, especially they give Sid fits. And Mike Riley's a good puck-moving defenseman out of the lineup also. Number 1, bullseye on those 4 forwards I talked about. But with the young guys, Isaiah George playing in his first NHL game, Grant Hutton has barely played a dozen games in the league. Guys like that, dump it in their corner. Don't just dump it in, Joe, and let them skate and make a play. Dump it in the corner. Put them under pressure, because they don't have much experience. They're going to have a little bit of, oh boy, here comes Crosby. Oh boy, here comes Malkin. Oh boy, here comes Raquel. But make them uncomfortable and don't let them get any footing.
3rd straight game for Alex Nedeljkovic. He and the Penguins are both looking for their 3rd straight win. He hasn't come up with these explosive saves, but towards the end of the game, you almost don't want any other goaltender in between the pipes with the way he's been able to keep everything in check for the Penguins defensively.
Safe to say, finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
He's reading this hockey team. I think he understands I'm going to see a lot of shots, and I'm going to see some quality shots, and I have to come up with the big saves at the right time in the game. Whether we were down a goal and now we're up a goal, that's how the Penguins are right now. They're a little bit of a roller coaster ride. They're a little bit not sure of themselves defensively, so they're going to give up chances to the Islanders. And I think Alex Nedeljkovic realizes that it's not going to be an easy night in and night out. But he seems comfortable. He seems to have accepted that, the same way that Tom Barrasso did back in the day. Marc-Andre Fleury did back in the day. Don't expect this to be an airtight defensive game by the Penguins, but as a Pittsburgh Penguins goaltender, realize that, expect to make big saves and make those key saves down the stretch as he has over the last couple.
It's Alex Nedeljkovic and Yoel Blomqvist both on this road trip with Tristan Jarry still down in Wilkes-Barre Scranton. He is 3-0 with the Penguins down in the AHL. A goals against average of .195 and a save percentage of .935. He is available after Friday's game against the Washington Capitals. We're going to take a moment to honor America with our national anthem here in New York, and when we come back, we'll have Puck Drop. It's the Pens in the Isles here from New York, all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, PPG, U.S. Steel, Endra Energy, Wesco, Coca-Cola, and EQT, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at PittsburghPenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of the early mornings, dedication, breakaway goals, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hi, this is Phil Bork, and I'm here with Joe Stefka. Joe, it's widely known that NSS Life has been leading the industry in low-cost life insurance and high-yielding annuities and IRAs for a long time.
Thanks, Phil. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Providing for your family since 1890. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are looking for their third straight win. They take on the New York Islanders for the first time this season here in Elmont, New York, and the Penguins coming in with a 5-7-1 record. The Islanders 4-6-2 this season. The Penguins in their all-white road sweaters attacking from right to left. The New York Islanders in their home blue sweaters attacking from left to right. Ilya Sorokin in net for the New York Islanders. He is making his 14th appearance against the Pittsburgh Penguins with a record of 8-5-0, goals against average of .321, and a save percentage of .908. Alex Nedeljkovic, again, looking for his third straight save, comes in with a record of 2-2-1 this season, a .275 goals against average, and a save percentage of .903. Drop of the puck between Bo Horvat and Sidney Crosby, and the Penguins captain wins it. The Penguins quickly dump it into the Islanders' center. Opening faceoffs brought to you by number one Cochran. Go one better. And we get a whistle blown on a high stick. Stop action just about 10 seconds into this hockey game.
Oh, Evgeny Malkin back with the captain, Sidney Crosby. Gino's been good, but Gino's got a little bit dry lately as far as points. No points in 7 of his last 8 games for Gino. Hard to believe, right? Because you feel like he's playing pretty good hockey. Because he started off a house on fire, right? He had points in 4 of his first 5, where he's actually leading the National Hockey League with 11 points early on.
Well, especially with so much production coming from that top line, a lot of it being Crosby. But you're right, Malkin has been unable to find the score sheet for a little bit of time now. The Penguins work it out of their zone. Crosby knives it over to Ricard Raquel, who will dump it over into the Islanders' end in the near corner. Malkin pinning Mayfield against the boards and now doing the same to Pollock, but it's Mayfield taking the puck over on the far side, trying to clear it out. Can't. Cody Glass keeps it alive. Malkin chips it along the far boards, but it jumps over the stick of Lars Eller. One of the Islanders there to get it, but then there's Cody Glass picking it up once again. Sends it to the near point for Marcus Pettersson. He rings it along the boards to the corner of the trapezoid onto the stick of Polak. Now Mayfield, first to get there at the far boards, coughs up the puck to Cody Glass. He throws one towards the net, got deflected, tries to race after his own rebound. Bor Horvat turns over the puck, now a loose puck in the near circle, and the Penguins keep it alive. Lars Eller from the high slot gets it to Drew O'Connor in the near corner. Chips it along the end boards to Cody Glass below the goal line. O'Connor a drive, and it skimmed the netting of a deflection of the goaltender Sorokin, maybe even the crossbar. No score a minute and a half into this game.
Speaking of dry, DOC. Not that he's been playing bad, but he's a guy that you're counting on to score some goals. He's gone 7 without a goal, 7 without a point during that time, just 13 shots on goal. And he was another guy that started off so good with 3 goals in his first 6 games. And you appreciate all the little things that Drew does, right, Joe? But he's got to start putting some biscuits in the baskets.
And everyone you just kind of mentioned has kind of been the rotation with Sidney Crosby. I mean, it started with Anthony Beauvillier.
Yeah.
Then they moved O'Connor there, and now Malkin. And the Penguins trying to strike first here as they'll dump it back into the Islanders' end. Sorokin out of his net to stop it. Flings it along the near boards as Ryan Graves tries to chip it back in. Found some traffic along the near boards. It's pulled up by Jussi Puljujärvi. Dumps it in behind the goal line. Chipped free now by Cholowski as he clears it out for the Islanders, but taken down to the ice, Jack St. Ivany with a good back check. The Penguins will get a change.
You meant that, didn't you? Back check. He hit him right in the back.
Yeah, a literal back check.
Yeah.
The fight for it in behind Nedeljkovic's net. Rung along the boards, Carter Hutton tries to keep it alive at the near half wall. Casey Cizikas from the near corner. Defended by Ryan Graves, up to the near point. One-timer from Hutton, missed wide, kicked off the back of the cage. Cizikas pulls it up, takes it up along the near boards, and leaves it back for Holmstrom. He gets taken down to the ice. Ryan Graves is going to go to the box. 2.5 minutes into this hockey game, Penguins will quickly go on the Coppers penalty kill.
Here's your call.
Pittsburgh, number 27, minor penalty, tripping.
Trip it is. Once again, Joe, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but enough of these hooking, holding, tripping, high sticking. Those are penalties that, number one, they're always more difficult to kill because they're unnecessary. If you're going to give me some roughing, some charging, some elbowing, okay, now I'm going to really dig my heels in.
Quick one-timer from the high slot, missed wide. Clearing attempt by Marcus Pettersson will get it out to the neutral zone and all the way down over to the Islanders' end. First successful clear on the Penguins' Coppers penalty kill. Their PK has been red hot. Perfect in the last 4 games. They've killed off the last 13 and 19 of the last 20. Jack St. Ivany breaks up a pass. Penguins clear it over to the near side, but in their own zone. Horvat will scoop it up, take it up to the near point. Throws it below the goal line for Anders Lee. Lee taking it to the corner of the trapezoid, trying to get away from Jack St. Ivany. To Horvat against the wall, up to the high slot. Dobson went through his wickets and all the way to the neutral zone. Down to 1:15 on the Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins. No score early in this game. The Islanders will re-rack in their own zone. Dumped on back to Horvat. Out of his reach, though, and Sorokin will play it a bit.
All of this trouble for the Islanders started by one bad pass from Horvat. That tells me this is a power play that's not very confident when they can't regather any kind of momentum off of one bad pass.
They went 0 for 5 in their last game against the New York Rangers as we get another clear from the Penguins. 45 seconds left on the Coppers penalty kill. But a big reason the Islanders struggled this year has been special teams. Come in tonight with the 23rd best power play, and their PK is in the bottom 3. 30 seconds left on the Coppers penalty kill. Islanders have it in the Penguins zone. Here's a shot coming from Polak and saved by Nedeljkovic. Right to his glove with 28 seconds left on the Coppers penalty kill.
How about that save by Ned? That was the old hybrid save. Where he goes down early, then maybe Polak goes upstairs, and boy, did the C's part for Polak. He kept walking in, walking, and the C's parted. He came right down 5th Avenue, and I love that Ned didn't go down. He kind of just bent his knees, stayed in a kind of a half butterfly, half upright, and calmly made that glove save.
Big face-off win by Nola Chari in the Penguins zone. Pettersson then cleared it on down. Last 13 seconds left on the Coppers penalty kill. No score, not even 5 minutes into this game. Polak with it at the far point. Takes it to the slot to Nelson above the near circle. Back up to Polak. Back over to Nelson in the near circle. Polak one-timer, saved by Nedeljkovic, and he freezes it out of the box as Graves. And another successful penalty kill for the Penguins. That's their 14th straight.
Well, it might be a little premature for me to say this, but heck, I'm going to say it anyways. Ned looks dialed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an easy save. That's Polak, who can really bring the old number one fastball. And you had Siplikov camped out right in front. But there was no panic by Ned. Did you see that, Joe? He just kind of looked a little left, looked a little right, then came back to the left and made the glove save off an absolute bomb by Polak. Calm, cool, collected save by Nedeljkovic.
The Pens' last 2 wins, they've gotten off to the better start, and Nedeljkovic has done a great job of keeping things in check later on. As Mayfield fires a shot off the shoulder of Nedeljkovic. Loose puck goes over to the near corner. Islanders trying to keep it alive in the Pens zone. Zizekas with it from the corner as Crosby tangles up with him. Now Carlson's got the puck. Can't get it to Pettersson as the Islanders keep it alive. Over to the far corner, McLean. Up to the far point. Mayfield chips it down to the near corner. Chasing after it is Engvall. He gets thrown into the boards by Erik Karlsson. Malkin chipping it over to Crosby. He tries to chip it on out. Bad deflection. Loose puck in front of the crease, but luckily it goes over to the far side. Raquel will sweep it out. That'll go down for icing, though. 14:43 left in this first. No score.
Let's talk about Orr's Jewelers. In hockey, home ice is huge. Same is true when shopping for fine jewelry. That's why Pittsburghers have trusted third-generation, family-owned Orr's Jewelers for more than 70 years. The official jeweler of your Pittsburgh Penguins. Orr's rocks.
Missed that gravelly rocks. Colby did a great job with the reads, but I think you can
Not
coach.
enough gravel?
Not enough gravel.
And the rocks? Yeah.
Not enough rocks.
Yeah.
The Penguins win another draw in their own zone. Raquel will send it up 20 feet into the air over to the Islanders' end. Shots on goal in favor of New York. 4-2 as a clearing attempt will be icing on the Islanders. No score early on, 5.5 in.
Well, the Islanders for years have been known as a defensive-minded team, rely on the goaltending a lot, but probably this year more than any, right? Yeah. Only the Anaheim Ducks have a lower goals for per game average at 2.18. The Islanders are right there at 2.25, and they've got the pieces there, but it's funny how when their confidence wanes, they can really wane.
The pad save from Nedeljkovic. Loose puck goes over to the far side. The Penguins get it out of their zone, chip it out to center ice. Well, we were talking with Brendan Burke and Chris King, the broadcasters for the New York Islanders, talking about how good of a year they've had goaltending-wise this season. How about 1-goal games as we get a puck out of play? Just at the 14-minute mark exactly. The New York Islanders, despite their rough start, they're 3-1-2 in 1-goal games this year.
Yeah, there's also been shut out 4 times.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just, and that's how you have to go in as a Pittsburgh Penguin. Go in thinking this is going to be low scoring, probably a 1-goal game, and we have to play accordingly because they're okay. Maybe they're struggling offensively, but the one thing, and especially a team coached by Patrick Waugh, they're not going to give up a lot defensively. They're not going to say, "Oh, geez, we've been shut out 4 times so far this year offside against the Penguins. We're going to have to go for a little here." No. They're going to still lock it down defensively.
Patrick Waugh, his second year, head coach of the New York Islanders. We'll take our first break of the first. No score from New York. 13:47 left in the first. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone. Whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro, That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
No score from UBS Arena in New York, along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brandt. 13:47 left in this first. Penguins beginning their 3-game road trip. We'll get a face-off at the near left dot in front of the Penguins. Make that the Islanders' penalty box. Crosby wins the draw, goes all the way down to the Penguins' end, though. Marcus Pettersson chases it down in the near corner. And then we'll cruise up to center ice for Erik Karlsson, who chips it forward to Evgeny Malkin over the Islanders line. Far side to Karlsson, one-timer. Couldn't get through, over to the near corner. Pettersson chases after it at the near half wall. Chipped down back in by the Islanders. Picked up by Pulock. As they'll fling it out to center ice, but Malkin quickly there to get it. Gets it out to Karlsson, who pushes it back over to Marcus Pettersson. Over the red line, he fires it down into the Islanders' end. Cranks around the boards from near to far. Pulled up by one of the Islanders, then pickpocketed by Sidney Crosby. Loose puck in front. Rickard Rakell can't get a handle on it. Siplikov breaks up the play. And he backhand checks it. Unable to get it out of the Penguin zone. Swung back around the boards as Malkin took it below the goal line. Tried to get a centering pass to Rakell. It was broken up by the Islanders. Puck still live in New York zone. And now they get it out. Brock Nelson with the puck and speed dumps it in over to the Penguins' end. Over to the far corner, Ryan Graves chases it down. Penguins and Isles both get a change as Graves takes it up to the neutral zone. Blake Lizotte chips it over the Islanders' line, but quickly taken back the other way. Holmstrom dumps it into the Penguins' end. Jack St. Ivany first to get there to the near corner. A fight for it along the near boards as Holmstrom has it. Chips it down, intended for Engvall, but Jack St. Ivany once again getting in the way there. Everybody getting in the nitty-gritty at the near corner of the Penguin zone. Digging after the puck, 3 Pens and 3 Islanders. Now Blake Lizotte joins in on the fun. As it's finally dug out by Cizikas, but right to the stick of Kevin Hayes. He chips it out to the neutral zone and quickly scooped up by the Islanders. Dobson takes a hit from Blake Lizotte, escapes it out. One of his teammates who pushes it ahead, kniving it over the Penguins line. In behind the net, and Delkovich stops it.
Shots are 5-2 Islanders. 2 of their 5 came on the only power play of the game.
Still no score, under 12 minutes left in this first. Penguins have it in the Islanders zone. Grzelcyk fires a quick shot with Michael Bunting on the side of the cage. Couldn't direct it home. Now it's cleared all the way down to the Penguins end. That'll be icing. 11:28 left in this first, no score.
Michael Bunting on the doorstep there. Bunts, just 1 apple so far this year. I'd like to see him get one, maybe go off his backside or get some puck luck. Feel a little better about himself, and the offensive zone faceoff. Boom, Sully throws a Sidney Crosby line right back on the ice.
Crosby to take the draw with Rakell to his right, Malkin to his left. The Islanders win it, though. From the near corner, it's chipped out. The neutral zone, Wallmstrom fans on a pass, though. Crosby takes it back over the line. Malkin tried to get it to Crosby, but it got broken up as Pulock got in the way of the pass.
Wholesale change for the Islanders.
As it's cleared on out to the Penguins' end. Grzelcyk scoops it up, starts to gain speed in the neutral zone, and will fling it off the near corner in the Islanders' zone. Malkin was first to get there, tried to go for a centering pass, missed everyone, though. Now the Islanders take it with speed in the neutral zone. Lee down to a knee, stopping it with his hand, and then Horvat tries to bash in a loose puck over to the far side. Now taken by Crosby, skating over the Islanders' logo, pass it over to the far side. No Penguin was there, though. Taken by the Islanders as Mayfield chips it over the Penguins' line to the near corner. Karlsson's there to play it off the wall. 10.5 left in this first period, still no score. And the loose puck towards the crease. Swept away by the Islanders. They push it ahead to Horvat in the neutral zone. Chip back down over to New York's end as Chalosky will handle it. Sliding it over to Hutton on the near side. They'll send over to center ice over the Penguins line. Chip back over to Cody Glass. Here come the Penguins. They could have an on-man situation here. Lars Zeller with a directed pass towards O'Connor as he couldn't tap it home. Sorokin all over it. Third save of the night for the Islanders goaltender and his biggest one yet.
That's a tremendous play by the Penguins. The tick, the tack, everything but the toe. And that's a tremendous save by Sorokin. Great anticipation by Sorokin that Eller was not going to shoot this puck. He was going to send it backdoor for a redirect by Drew O'Connor. Beautiful cross-ice pass by Glass also to put it right on the tape of Lars Eller. Boy, that's a good save by Sorokin. Just a real confident save on a bullet pass from Eller to Drew O'Connor, and out goes Lizotte on the faceoff dot.
Sorokin coming off a loss to the New York Rangers in their last game despite 35 saves. Quick shot from Jack St. Ivan. He sailed above the net, kicked off the end wall. Penguins keeping it alive in the Islanders zone. Over to the far corner as Hayes chips it back down to the end board. Scooped up by Anthony Beauvillier. Plays it up near point. Ryan Graves a one-timer. Shoulder save Sorokin. He sweeps it over to the near side, and it's taken by the Islanders. Here comes Engvall over to Casey Zizekas over the Penguins line. Directed pass and a swinging shot coming from Engvall. Couldn't get a tumbling puck. Penguins have it from the near boards. They clear it out to the neutral zone, but the Islanders will fetch after it.
And the Penguins got lucky there. That pass by Zizekas was a airmail knuckle puck. Engvall just couldn't get all of it.
Penguins trying to play it out of their zone. Missed pass by Bunting. Got broken up by the Islanders. Now scooped up by Isaiah George, making his NHL debut tonight. 20-year-old from Ontario. As this one is cleared down to the Penguins end for icing.
Got a fun fact for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Isaiah George is the first Isaiah to ever play in the National Hockey League.
That's hard to believe.
There was a player by the name of Isaiah Seville that was drafted 5th round, 135th overall in 2019 by the Vegas Golden Knights. Played in the American League, but is yet to play in the National Hockey League. So congratulations to Isaiah George, not only in your first National Hockey League game, but also being the first Isaiah ever in the Bigs.
Quite a nugget from the old 2-9er. As the Islanders chip it back into the Penguins end. We're under 10 minutes in this first period. No score. Shots on goal in favor of the Islanders, 5-4. Fight for it in the corner as it's chipped free to Chris Letang. He gets it out to Jesse Puljujärvi with a stretch pass to Bunting. Jumped over his stick, though, and in the neutral zone, the Islanders will regroup. Missed pass from Grant Hutton, though, over to Noah Dobson as the Penguins get a change. Islanders take it up to center ice. Bo Horvat gliding through the neutral zone. Took it over the Penguins line. Now picked off by the Penguins. Here's Crosby with Raquel to his left over the Islanders line. Down to a knee. Backhanded pass to Malkin. And then taken away by the Islanders. They take it out to center ice. Stretch pass over to the far side for Anders Lee. Far circle. Cuts in. Leaves it back to the slot. Didn't find anybody. Crosby picks it up now. It's a foot race. He's got Pulock to his left. That's about it. Now Crosby cutting in. Shoots. Blocker save. Rebound. And it's still loose over to the far side. Sorokin down with a belly flop on the crease. And he keeps this game scoreless.
Oh, Ilya Sorokin. The difference right now in this hockey game. As Sidney Crosby working his magic. And Gino on the doorstep just can't solve his fellow countrymen.
Puck hit the skate of Malkin, then just stood in the blue paint. Then Sorokin dove right on top of it. We've got no score with 8:10 left in the first. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Every fantasy football champion makes one defining move.
Brock Bowers is going to be the #1 receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you have him, congratulations.
Touchdown Raiders! Fantasy Sports Radio can help you make that move.
It's really important to pay attention to the drops when waivers run. You're going to see some decent players drop, so make sure you always look at the drop list.
Listen to the best analysts for lineup advice, trade questions, and roster moves. Make your move with Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. will find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
From in the crease to in the locker room.
Flyers defenseman Travis Sanheim.
Is it a rebuild type thing? Is it definitely a playoff team in your mind?
I think last season, I don't know if anyone in our room was saying rebuild. We thought that we could surprise some teams, and I think we did that. A lot of guys that are coming back, and then obviously adding Meatscott's going to be huge. So, we're looking forward to getting started and seeing if we can build off of last season.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Student Rush to learn more about the GetGo Student Rush program today.
Penguins with the last 4 shots on goal. They're actually out shooting the Islanders 6-5 right now, but we are scoreless. 8:10 left in the first period, along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brand. Both goalies seeming to be checked in, Borky.
Dialed, right? And Ed early on, and the last few minutes here, Ilya Sorokin. Really, his flexibility is incredible. Be able to go post to post, toe to toe.
There's Waldstrom cutting in, firing it. Missed wide. Kicked off the end wall. Penguins take it out to the neutral zone as O'Connor takes it over the Islanders' line. Leaves it back for Eller. Far half wall. He chips it down to the end wall. Now scooped up by Dobson, the sitting puck. Flung up off the shelf on the far wall. Pulled up to the neutral zone. Swept out of there as Carlson will try to chip it back forward. Lars Eller kicks it to his stick. Now takes it over the Islanders' line to Drew O'Connor towards the slot. Takes it over to the far corner. O'Connor fires it. Pad save Sorokin. Puck still loose at the far corner, picked up by Eller, gets it to Glass in the circle. He fires it wide of the net. Pettersson picks it up, sends it down along the boards over to the far wall. Chris Letang races down there to keep it alive in the Islanders' zone. Chips it along the boards where Drew O'Connor stopped it with his body in the far corner. Brought it up along the wall, and this is cleared on out, but out of play. 7:13 left in the first, no score.
Is this going to be a problem here? It might be. They're talking about it. This might be a problem for the Islanders. This is going to be a problem.
All 4 officials huddling up in between the penalty boxes to talk about if this is a delay of game or not.
I believe that was Dobson, right? Deep inside his zone that airmailed it.
It was.
Yep. And they're gonna talk about this, but I saw the two orange armbands. Yep, and they're pointing to Dobson. Let's go.
First look at the power play for the Penguins tonight. Like we were mentioning earlier, the only thing that's been worse for the Islanders than their than their power play has been their PK.
And they got the right guy here.
Number 8, minor penalty. Delay a game, puck out of play.
Well, here you go, Joe. After a big kill by the Penguins with the Islanders power play, now you've got a chance to get the early lead. And you mentioned about their special teams being bad. Well, this is a penalty kill that was 32nd in the league last year. Not much better this year.
Crosby wins the draw to Grzelcyk at the far point, takes it to the high slot. Over to Crosby, down to Malkin. Malkin at the goal line, tried to thread it through, but lost the puck. Fight for it in the near corners. The Islanders have it with Pulock. He flings it off the glass over to the far point. Grzelcyk has to play it in the neutral zone. He settles it down with a back skate into his own zone.
Any thoughts on Matt Grzelcyk replacing Chris Letang in the number 1 unit, Joe?
I've liked it because I appreciate spreading the wealth a little bit with Letang in the second unit.
Fair enough.
Rung along the boards up to the near point, but scooped up by Cizikas. He'll dig it out over to the Penguins' end to kill off more time. 1:20 on the Penguins' power play.
I think it's fair to say Chris Letang's been fighting it a little bit also on that number 1 unit. So a little combination of the both.
Penguins take it back over the Islanders line. Grzelcyk over to Raquel at the far circle to Malkin, cruising up to the far point. Crosby in the circle to Malkin again. Crosby below the goal line. Back up to Malkin in the circle. Malkin searching, centering pass to Raquel. Had to play it off a broken play by the Islanders. Threw one towards the net, it went wide. Penguins still have it in the Islanders zone though. Sent back to Malkin on the far side. Downstairs to Crosby. He went for a quick pass to Carlson, but it was chipped out of there by Sorokin.
Sid really mad at himself there that he didn't make that play through the blue paint. That's a good play by Sorokin. As a goaltender, you should not allow any passes to go through your blue paint. You need to have an active stick.
30 seconds left on the Penguins' power play. They bring it back over the Islanders' line. Letang with it downstairs to Kevin Hayes at the far corner. Brings it up along the far wall. Stops at the half wall. Sends it back off the boards to Letang in the high slot. Back over to Hayes at the far circle. Down to the corner for Bunting. Back up to Hayes. Hayes walks over towards the crease to Bunting below the circle. Fired a shot that got deflected. It went wide. Down to single digits left on the Pens power play. They still have it in the Islanders zone. Letang with a cross-ice pass intended for Bunting. Got deflected, skimmed the netting. 3 seconds left on the man advantage. No score with 5:14 left in the first.
For the life of me, I do not know why Chris Letang didn't shoot that puck. Really good job by Kevin Hayes, who's all over the ice on that shift there. This power play winds down 1 second to go. He makes a drop pass to Chris Letang. There isn't an Islander within 20 feet of Chris Letang. He dusts it off, dusts it off, dusts it off, dusts it off, and then tries a wrister pass back door. By then, the Islanders have recovered. Puck off the stick into the screen.
Dobson's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. It's a successful kill for the Islanders, but the Penguins quickly put it back into the Islanders zone. Penguins were unable to get a shot on goal on their man advantage. As Blake Lizotte takes it to the near circle, cruises in towards the crease, and a shoulder save from Sorokin. St. Ivany cranks it back downstairs as Drew O'Connor picked up the loose puck. His shot from the far circle got deflected. Islanders clear it on out to the neutral zone, but Anthony Beauvillier, the former Islander, picks it up. Marcus Pettersson threads it to O'Connor over the Islanders' line, fires it on net. Another stick save by Sorokin. Islanders take it out to center ice. Ghosts it over to Palmieri, takes it over the Penguins' line. We get offside. And another break here in the first period. No score from New York, 4:28 left in the first. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguin fans love to shake things up with the best handcrafted milkshakes you'll find anywhere. The Milkshake Factory is the only place you'll find the amazing array of flavors like Campfire S'mores, Banana Foster, and Chocolate Dipped Strawberry. Milkshake Factory has been serving up hand-spun milkshakes and house-made chocolates since 1914. It's a flavor utopia. Find a location near you at milkshakefactory.com.
Stay in the heart of the action at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Enjoy free valet parking and a complimentary breakfast with panoramic views of downtown Pittsburgh. Stay just steps away from the casino with easy access to all the hottest games, a variety of delicious dining options, and exciting entertainment you can't find anywhere else. Pittsburgh is your new destination for weekend getaways, weddings, corporate events, and more. Book your stay today at thelandinghotelpgh.com.
Penguins now have the last 7 shots on goal, but no score yet. 4:28 left in the first period, along with the old 2-9er, Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brand.
A couple things. Sorokin looks like he's come to play, the goaltender for the Islanders. As I mentioned, his flexibility is incredible, but everything down low so far on Sorokin. The one good chance by DOC there. By the way, DOC is absolutely flying. This is a different Drew O'Connor than we've seen in the last few games. He had one shot up off the left shoulder of Sorokin, but you got to go upstairs on him. And you need to get second and third opportunities because he's seeing those first shots really well tonight.
Another face-off win for Crosby. Penguins take it over the Islanders zone. Crosby with a backhand shot right to the chest of Sorokin. From the near circle, Crosby fired it. Save number 10 for Sorokin tonight. 4:13 left in this first, no score.
And not too many players in the league would even think of taking a backhand from, 27, 28 feet away. Never mind get as much on it as he did right there.
Crosby to take another draw almost from the same spot from where he just fired the puck, and he wins it again. Penguins keep it alive in the Islanders zone. Fought for towards the crease. Malkin chips it back, but right to the stick of Mayfield. Islanders have it. They gain control in the neutral zone. Pulock flings it down into the Penguins' end, ringing along the boards over to the far corner. Carlson's first to get there. Got it to Pettersson, but his pass broken up by Holmstrom. Raquel picks up the loose puck. A lost pass over to Pettersson on the far side, but he is able to get it out to the neutral zone. Malkin trying to feed someone. Pettersson got in the way of it. Here come the Islanders over the Penguins line, over to the far corner. Engvall rings it along the boards to Dobson on the near side. Tough angle shot, went off the skate of Malkin. Puck goes sputtering over to the Islanders' end. The Penguins will get a change. .323 left in this first period, no score. Pens out shooting the Islanders 10-5. They were trailing 5-2 at one point. Nobody able to find it past the goal line just yet. Chris Letang plays it below the goal line. Sends it along the near boards where Lars Eller tries to chip it out, but it's kept alive by Brock Nelson in the Penguin zone. Over to the far circle. Pass downstairs. Sent up to the near circle for Dobson. Dobson tried to chip it out towards the slot. O'Connor got in the way of it. Brought the puck to the neutral zone, handled by Palmieri. He gets it to Brock Nelson. As the Islanders will send it back to their own zone and reset. Quick stretch pass to Palmieri over the Penguins line. Shot coming, scooped up with a glove from Nedeljkovic. 2:37 left in this first, no score.
Well, this is a great opportunity. Might be one of those games where whoever can get the greasy goal first.
Yeah.
It might be a 1-0 game, and it might be an ugly one goal that wins it for you. And I mentioned DOC 7 without a point. Lars Eller 6 games without a goal. Kevin Hayes 6 games with no goal. Erik Karlsson 11 games no goal. There's a bunch of guys that are looking to get off the schneid.
Islanders win the draw. Quick shot into the glove of Nedeljkovic over from above the far circle. Coming from Isaiah George, making his NHL debut. 2:32 left in this first, no score.
And Isaiah, who played for the London Knights in the Ontario Hockey League. Went to the Memorial Cup with the Knights. Remember, they lost to the Saginaw Spirit. A real dramatic game.
So with that shot, Isaiah George becomes the first Isaiah to have a shot on net in the NHL. The Penguins take it over the Islanders' line. Here's a backhand shot from Achari. Got deflected, skimmed the netting. 2:23 left in the first, no score.
Penguins' next opponent will be another Metropolitan team that is heating up. Carolina Hurricanes have won 6 in a row, and they're at home tonight to the Philadelphia Flyers. And that game started 30 minutes before this game, and it's 1-1 in the second.
Carolina 8-2-0 in their last 10. They'll play host to the Penguins Thursday night, 7 o'clock. And then the Penguins will wrap up the road trip in Washington the following night. Pens have it in the Islanders zone. Noel Acciari takes it below the goal line over to the far corner. Up to Jack St. Ivany at the far point. Sent along the boards. It's scooped up by Mayfield of the Islanders. Backhand chips it along the far boards out to the neutral zone. We're under the 2-minute mark in this first period. No score from New York. Penguins out shooting the Islanders 10-6. As it's rung along the boards by Anders Lee, New York captain, over in the Penguin zone. Chipped free to the near corner. Blake Lizotte scoops it up. Lizotte playing in his third game since coming off the injured list. A missed pass to Anthony Beauvillier jumped over his stick. Taken by Hutton of the Islanders. Out to the neutral zone they go, taking it over the Penguins line, but then quickly brought back to center ice. Blake Lizotte with a little bit of steam. Anthony Beauvillier, a shot and a shoulder save. Sorokin. Rebound goes over to the near corner. Pettersson keeps it alive from the near point. Fired a shot, pad save. Beauvillier tries to sweep in a rebound. That didn't get through. Pulled out now by Kevin Hayes below the goal line. Over to the far side. Backhand chips it. Sent along the far boards. Hayes gets it out to the far point for Karlsson. To the high slot. Back over to Blake Lizotte. Lizotte trying to send it along the far boards. Not defended by Pulock there. Down to the final minute of this first period. One-handed up to Pettersson. Takes it towards the high slot. To Karlsson at the far point. Throws one towards the net. Kicked off a skate. But over to the far circle. Sidney Crosby now out there on the ice. Pettersson sends it back up to Karlsson, who threw one wide of the net. And chipped out of there by the Islanders. Out to the neutral zone. Karlsson will get it, but has to wait for the Penguins to get onside. Now to Crosby over the Islanders line. Near circle. Centering pass. Was looking for Pettersson. And now all alone it's Siplikov on a breakaway. In between the rings. Goes for the forehand. Denied by Nedeljkovic. 3 Penguins in behind the Pens cage. We got 22 seconds left in this first period. As Carlson finally takes it out of the Penguin zone, stretch pass to Malkin near circle. Crosby a one-timer and it missed off to the right. Goes over to the far wall, pulled out by the Islanders. 10 seconds left in this first. Over the Penguins line, cross-ice pass to Palmieri. He chips it over to the near corner. Bunting, Chris Letang will send it over to the far side. That will end this first period. Whole bunch of give and go and a lot of fast action towards the end of it. We've got no score. Shots on goal, 12-7 in favor of the Penguins. Great work by both goaltenders.
Yeah, this whole period was all about the goaltender. Sorokin was flat out awesome, stopping 12 pieces of vulcanized rubber, and so was Ned. He stopped 7, and Ziplikov didn't even get a shot on goal there because I think Ned read him perfectly. He tried to sell shot, go forehand, backhand, forehand, and Ned was all over it. I think that's why I think Ziplikov was thinking, I need a little more real estate to get a shot away. By then, he was down by the goal line. It just rolled off his stick because Ned read it perfectly.
Now his first 2 saves of the game and his last save of the first period.
Yeah.
Pretty locked in, pretty stellar as we take one last look. And yeah, you're right, Borky. Never even really got a shot off.
Nope.
So no score through the first 20 minutes. Brian Metzer standing by. He'll have the first intermission report for us as we've got 17:30 left in the intermission clock as Metzer will break down the first period for us. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
One bag.
The school play was really coming together until disaster struck. Tensions were high. Luckily, replacement costumes were shipped with FedEx, which means Mr. Harvey could picture the perfect night. FedEx can help you be ready for what's next.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality childcare and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 19 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the childcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
From the electricity in BPG Paints Arena to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Penguins hockey. Be there live to cheer them on as the official ticketing partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats for any budget. Get off the couch and into the stands. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins.
Ouch! Man, that check's gotta hurt. And the gloves are coming off. Oof, that's $100 right there. Yeesh, that's $1,000.
Hey, what's with the dollar amounts?
That's how much each injury could be worth if he calls Morgan & Morgan. Yikes, that one's gotta be at least $10K.
When you hire Morgan & Morgan, their gloves come off when they fight for you.
Official personal injury lawyers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Gluten-free, check. Keto-friendly, check. Low carb, check. High protein, check. Nitrate-free, check. Flavorful and satisfying, check. When you want a meat snack that checks all the boxes, try the original Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks. With 12 grams of protein and just 80 calories, it's beef jerky like no other. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now available on Amazon.
It's Mikey and Bob for our friends at Window Nation, now a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins and your #1 choice for new windows.
So Window Nation has installed over 1 million windows?
Yep, perfectly installed for over 100,000 satisfied customers.
And right now, get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy, and there's no limit.
Plus, make no down payment, no monthly payments, and pay no interest for 2 full years.
And get a free pair of Pens tickets with any Window Nation purchase.
Call 866-90-NATION or WindowNation.com.
Window Nation, the perfect fit.
Now it's time for the first period recap, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Now back to the Penguins Radio Network.
And welcome into our first intermission report, where the Penguins and Islanders are scoreless after 1 period of play at UBS Arena. Brian Metzer here with you at our Penguins Radio Network studios in Pittsburgh. And let's take a look back over that opening 20 minutes of action where the Penguins had the first 2 shots on goal, gave up 5 straight shots, and then eventually went on to outshoot the Islanders in the period 12-7. So they got it going a little bit, but nothing to show for it, unfortunately. They did have to kill off an early penalty with Ryan Graves going to the box for tripping. They were able to take care of business on that PK, but did give up 2 shots on goal to the Islanders. They would get their own power play opportunity at 12:47 with Noah Dobson going to the box for delay of game. Shot the puck up into the stands. And as I saw Bob Grove, our old buddy, tweet, that's the number 31 ranked PK, and the Penguins mustered absolutely 0 shots on goal with the extra man. So hopefully they can find a way to break through. Late in that period, well, actually, first of all, there was a good scoring opportunity at the midpoint. Glass, Eller, and Drew O'Connor came close in a little tic-tac-toe. They weren't able to cash in. Sid had a great one-timer late in the period, wasn't able to cash there. And Nedeljkovic had to make a big save on a breakaway, which may have gone wide, but the league gave him a shot. Siplikov went in on a one-on-one situation. No goal to show for that. So that's where we stand. Nothing. When we come back, some stats and more information from this game, and we'll talk about it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is the S&T Bank First Period Instant Radio Replay.
Brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
Pettersson sends it back up to Carlson, who threw one wide of the net. Shipped out of there by the Islanders. Out to the neutral zone. Carlson will get it, but has to wait for the Penguins to get onside. Now to Crosby over the Islanders line. Near circle. Centering pass. Was looking for Pettersson. And now all alone it's Siplikov on a breakaway. In between the rings. Goes for the forehand. Denied by Nedeljkovic.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, Davey Tree, Excelitas, Duquesne Light Company, WM and Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
They say that the best beer you'll ever taste is the one you had the best time while drinking. The secret to the unmatched satisfaction of Icy Light, victory is sweetest hard-earned. And here, we taste it a lot. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
For generations, hard-working people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League. And the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear. With unique, one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics. And all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with a new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
This is the First Intermission Report, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Radio Network.
Penguins and Islanders each looking for their first goal of this hockey game after one period of play. Brian Metzer back here with you, and I mentioned the breakaway that Alex Nedeljkovic had to deal with late in the first period. That came on an ill-fated Sidney Crosby pass. It looked like he was trying to feed the Dragon Marcus Pettersson at the point, and it got picked off, and it went the other direction. So they're going to be a little bit more careful with that puck management. We were taking a look at some of the analytics while we were in break, and according to Natural Stat Trick, even though it seemed like it was a nondescript type of period, the Penguins were ahead in high danger, scoring chances 4-1 after one period of play, and scoring chances 10-5. Of course, they have the edge in shots on goal, and their shot attempts were 23-10. So pretty good stuff from them if they continue to play that way. Hopefully they can break through Ilya Sorokin, who has been known to play some pretty effective hockey against them over the years that he's been in the league. Looking at some specific stats on the Penguins side, their leader in shots on goal for the period was none other than Drew O'Connor, who came close to tapping one in on that little give and go, or I guess it was more like a tic-tac-toe that we saw him pull off with Lars Eller and Cody Glass. So that line, a little bit of jump in their legs, and that was a nice play that maybe they could remanufacture a little bit later in the night. Looking at the faceoffs, 48% for the Penguins, but it's not as lopsided as you might think for that. It's just 10-11. They won 10, lost 11 through that first period of play. They did have 13 shots missed or blocked in the period, so just start to get some more of those through and maybe create some misdirection, rebounds, and second and third opportunities. Hits, 6 for the Penguins, 5 for the Islanders. Not quite as physical as we've seen between these two teams over the years, but that tends to get a little bit more so once one team is a little bit more ahead than others. Islanders, as I mentioned a moment ago, have blocked 7 Penguin shots. When we come back, we'll take a look around the league at the scoreboard and news, notes, and more on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
They say that the best beer you'll ever taste is the one you had the best time while drinking. The secret to the unmatched satisfaction of Icy Light, victory is sweetest hard-earned. And here, we taste it a lot. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
Stay in the heart of the action at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Enjoy free valet parking and a complimentary breakfast with panoramic views of downtown Pittsburgh. Stay just steps away from the casino with easy access to all the hottest games, a variety of delicious dining options, and exciting entertainment you can't find anywhere else. Pittsburgh is your new destination for weekend getaways, weddings, corporate events, and more. Book your stay today at thelandinghotelpgh.com.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all the electrical and telecommunication needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBEW will be here to stand by you for all your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey Penguins fans, make dessert easy with a DQ fudge and crunch cake or Blizzard treat cake. Dairy Queen is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Pittsburgh Penguins. At Dairy Queen, happy tastes good.
It's time for the scoreboard.
Penguins and Islanders scoreless after one period of play. Brian Metzer here with you. Let's take a look around the league at some of the other action. You got Sabres up on the Senators 2-1 at the 7:44 mark of the second period. Maple Leafs on top of the Bruins 1-0. 11:16 to go in the second period there. You have the Canadians trailing the Calgary Flames in Montreal 1-0 at the 10:02 mark of the second period there. Connor Zary, his third goal of the season, a talented young player they have there in that young player, or in that young forward. Hurricanes 3-2 over the Flyers, 3:54 to go in the second period of that one. Konechny, his sixth of the season. Tippett, his second. The Lightning and Blues are scoreless at the 7:23 mark of the first period in that game. Kings and Wild scoreless. Utah and the Winnipeg Jets also scoreless. When we come back here, we will send you back to the island for second period action with Joe Brand and Phil Bourque on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Election Day on Sirius XM. All sides, all perspectives, all day, all night. Hear up-to-the-minute information on the Sirius XM news channels and make your voice heard on Sirius XM Patriot, Progress, POTUS, Triumph, and Urban View. When every vote counts and every moment matters. Election Day on Sirius XM. On now, starting at Channel 111 and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The National Women's Soccer League Championship game is coming to SiriusXM.
Hey, it's World Cup winner Heather O'Reilly of SiriusXM FC. Join Jessica Charman and me for the first national radio broadcast of the NWSL Final.
That's right, Heather. We'll be taking you through every thrilling moment live from Kansas City.
Join us as we make history at the 2024 NWSL Final on Saturday, November 23rd at 8 Eastern.
And it's on SiriusXM FC channel 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Window Nation, now a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins and your number one choice for new windows.
So Window Nation has installed over 1 million windows?
Yep, perfectly installed for over 100,000 satisfied customers.
And right now, get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy, and there's no limit.
Plus, make no down payment, no monthly payments, and pay no interest for 2 full years.
And get a free pair of Pens tickets with any Window Nation purchase.
Call 866-90-NATION or windownation.com.
Window Nation, the perfect fit.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Here's the tang.
24/7 hockey.
He missed the target.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Draisaitl scores!
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Dick's Sporting Goods, official sporting goods retailer of the Penguins.
This is Drew O'Connor. Now let's get back to the action, called by Joe Brandt and the old 2-9er Phil Bourque.
Thanks, DOC. How about 4 shots on goal for Drew O'Connor, leading the game as the Penguins out shooting the New York Islanders 12-7 through the first 20 minutes. We've got no score to start this first period of a 3-game road trip for the Pens, along with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brand. Pretty solid 20 minutes by the Pens there, Borky. Like we talked about it towards the end of the period, though, goaltending is what stood out the most.
Yep, and for Alex Nedeljkovic, to make those saves early on, early power play for the New York Islanders, a couple things happened. Number one, the Penguins seemed to get their confidence, right? They started to mount their offensive attack, and then the New York Islanders, maybe you're doing the old, here we go again. We're a team that's really struggling to score goals, and now we got a goaltender down there, and white jersey that seems to be dialed in.
Both teams unsuccessful on their lone power play, and we get a drop of the puck. The opening faceoff to begin this second period is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane. Go one better. Here come the Penguins over the Islanders line. Crosby to Malkin. Pad save by Sorokin. Rebound gets swept over to the near corner, rung along the boards, and swept out of there by Anders Lee. Matt Grzelcyk chasing it down. He'll scoop it up. Soar behind his own net of Alex Nedeljkovic and feed of Evgeny Malkin. Back over to Grzelcyk as the Penguins now attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters. The New York Islanders attacking from right to left in their home blue sweaters. Noah Dobson takes it over the Islanders logo and over the Penguins line. Got stripped to the puck for Matt Grzelcyk will pick it up. Send it over to Lars Eller at center ice. Cross ice pass that Drew O'Connor plays off the near wall. Dumps it into the near corner. Chalowski there to scoop it up, but sandwiched by a couple of Penguins and O'Connor and Eller. Now Carlson chasing after it at the near half wall. Fired a shot that went off the skate of Nelson. The Islanders pull it out on Noah Dobson. Get it out to center ice, but Carlson's there. He sweeps it over to Siplikov, who takes it over the Penguins line along the near wall, takes it over to the corner. That's stripped a little bit by Carlson, but still down to his knees, keeping the puck alive along the end wall. Out to the circle. Islanders chip it up to the near point, out of the reach of Chalowski. He settles it down to the neutral zone, flips it with a backhand off the far wall into the Penguins' end as the Islanders get a change. Penguins will do the same. A minute and a half into this second period. We've got no score. Michael Bunting dumps it into the Islanders' end of the near board. Sorokin out to play it, flings it off the near glass. Then Olachari cranks it back in along the end wall. Taken by Michael Bunting, pitched along the far boards, but taken by Holmstrom of the Islanders. New York dumps it into the Penguins' end of the near corner. Jack St. Ivany pitches it along the far boards. Michael Bunting feeding Jesse Puljujärvi. Dropped it back to Achari. Takes it over the Islanders' line from the circle. Fires a shot. Pad save. Making a blocker save by Sorokin. Penguins ring it along the boards. Loose puck and a fluttering puck that goes into the glove of Ilya Sorokin. A couple big saves already for the Islanders goaltender. No score early in the second.
Yeah, the biggest one was Evgeny Malkin. That play was because Ryan Pulock had broken his stick and turned it right over to Sidney Crosby. Quick counterattack by the Penguins, and Sid fed Gino for a kind of a sweeping wrist shot, one-timer across the green, and Sorokin moving from his right to left was able to drag the right pad and rob Gino.
The Islanders brought it over to the Penguins' end, and it was pitched out of there by Matt Grzelcyk. Islanders take it back. Anders Lee dumps it into the far corner of the Penguins zone. Rung along the boards to Bo Horvat. Now a centering pass denied by Nedeljkovic. Picked up the rebound is Ricard Raquel. He lifts it up into the air. Goes dumping over into the Islanders' end. Back skating it and fluttering it back over to the Penguins side of things, and that'll go down for icing. 17:23 left in the second, no score.
Well, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, why don't you pick up some Powerball tickets? Why? Because the jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $303 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer. Do what the cool kids do. Play online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Players must be 18 or older, and please play responsibly.
Penguins have all three shots on goal early in the second period. 2.5 minutes in. Face off to the right of Sorokin in the Islanders zone. New York controls as Mayfield will backhand chip it out to the neutral zone. Goes all the way down to the Penguins end. But Nedeljkovic out to stop it. Leaves it for Marcus Pettersson below the goal line. He starts to gain speed up to the neutral zone to Carlson, who flutters it ahead to Blake Lozada, who's out of his reach. Islanders chipped it back to the neutral zone. Carlson's pass goes over to the near boards. Nobody was there, but now dumped back into the Islanders zone. Lazat chips it along the far boards. Dug after by Kevin Hayes. From the far circle, it's free to Blake Lazat. Takes it below the goal line. Stops on a dime, makes a U-turn at the far corner. Now sent up to the near point for Carlson. He ripped the shot right off the shin of one of the Islanders. Now a race for it back in the Penguins' end. Carlson there to get it. And Marcus Pettersson will take it out from the far side in his own zone. Up to the neutral zone as Kevin Hayes dumps it into the Islanders' end on the far side. Now fought free. Lars Eller chips a centering pass. That got swept out of there by the Islanders. Dumped back into the near corner. Drew O'Connor slammed into the boards by Hutton. Flung up to the far point. Missed everyone. Now Jack St. Ivany races down after it in the Penguins' end. Alex Nedeljkovic will slow down the speed of the puck with his stick. Got it to St. Ivany, who gets it to Drew O'Connor, to Lars Eller in the neutral zone over the Islanders line. Eller feeds it to O'Connor, far circle, ripped the shot, got deflected, hit off the top of the glass, tumbles over to the right of Sorokin. The Islanders play it out of their zone. In front of the Penguins penalty box, it's dumped back into the Islanders end. Drew O'Connor races down to get it. He fired a quick shot, got broken up by Hutton's stick. Lars Eller chips it back over to the far corner. Islanders have control of it below their own goal line. The Penguins get a change, so do the Isles. 4.5 minutes into the second period, still no score. Islanders still have yet to have a shot on goal in this period. The loose puck is raced down by Noel Acciari in the neutral zone. He pitches it ahead over to the Islanders' end. Played off the end wall. Dobson tries to clear it out. Matt Grzelcyk at the far half wall. Dumped it back in, but the Islanders have it. They take it out to center ice. Now it's scooped up by Jesse Puljujärvi. Taken to the near circle. Cuts in. Can't fire a shot off. Got tripped up a little bit, but no whistle called.
That's a great play by Cizikas. Never gave up and just kept lifting the stick of Puljujärvi, and he could never pull the trigger.
Penguins take it back over the Islanders line in the near corner. Sent over to the far side for Dobson. They'll play it up to Holmstrom at center ice. Dumping it over to the Penguins line into the far corner. Nedeljkovic out to stop it. Slows it down for Erik Karlsson with a stretch pass all the way over to the other side. Crosby knives it over to the far corner in the Islanders end. Chip Friedemalkin, loose puck in front, and they score! And it's Sidney Crosby! Career goal number 598. He's 2 away from 600, and he puts the Pens on top by 1.
Who else? Who else but the captain? And it started with the forecheck. Rickard Rakell just going hard on the forecheck on Mayfield. And Mayfield lifted his head up to see if he had a winger as he came around the net on the backhand. When he lifted his head up, he lifted his body up. And his stick came.
There's a challenge by New York to determine if the play was offside at the blue line prior to the goal.
Okay, while they're reviewing that for offside, there's a challenge here by the New York Islanders and Patrick Roy. Let me finish my thought here. So when Mayfield's coming around the net on the backhand being pressured by Rakell, he lifts his head up. When he does, he lifts his shoulders up and takes his stick off the puck. At that very moment, Rakell reaches with the one hand, knocks the puck off the stick of Mayfield, right out to the slot where Sidney Crosby. And the key here, Joe, no hesitation by Sid on the backhand. It's like a little mini one-timer pass, and Sid just whacks at it on the backhand. He goes upstairs, where you have to go in Sorokin, up over the glove. For now, 1-0 Penguins.
I know they're checking it out right now, but everything you just broke down is showing how much this top line is clicking. Take a look at it on the review.
And this is not so much that stretch pass by Karlsson, but what was going on at the Penguins bench as Noel Acciari had 1 foot stepping into the Penguins' door. Now the door is, let me measure this out here, about 7 feet inside the New York Islanders blue line. This one's going to be tricky here. Really, really tricky on, with Acciari having his 1 foot stepping in, 1 foot on the ice, 1 foot stepping into the door as that stretch pass by Karlsson hits the stick of Rakell at the very same moment that Acciari is stepping into the Penguins bench. I'm going to just give you my knee jerk on this. I think it's going to be inconclusive. I think there's not going to be enough visual evidence to overrule the call on the ice, which was a goal. Just one duck clucking over here.
There's a lot of valid points coming from that duck. There's 2 of the officials taking a look at the review right now. We've had this conversation before, or as the great Mike Lang would say, we've seen this fish before, Morky. It's a matter of, is there enough evidence to overturn the call? And I do think you're right, but we never quite know with these things. The other thing was the Islanders were quick to review this. I mean, a lot of times when that happens, they feel pretty confident in it.
No, that's a valid point by you. And just what's your definition of on the ice, off the ice, Acciari stepping? He's got 1 foot just about to step down into the Penguins bench. That's the right foot. The left foot is still on the ice. This one here, man, Oh, boy, man.
That one review doesn't look good because it zoomed in on Achari leaving the ice.
And here's the thing. The linesman, I didn't see which one it was here. We should mention the linesman's name because they're doing all the reviewing here. It's Steve Barton and Travis help me out. Garlitz? Let's just go with Garlitz. Let's go with Garlitz. It just sounds better.
All right.
Okay? And if it's wrong, I apologize to all members of the Garlitz family. He's looking at Achari going onto the bench, and just the review that we just saw, emphatically waving the offside off.
And not that it matters because the rule book is the rule book, but it's this type of call that really defeats the purpose of offside. I mean, this isn't a team gaining advantage with Achari coming off the bench, but it's easy for us to say that with the possibility of it taking away Sidney Crosby's 598th career goal, taking away a 1-0 Penguins lead, but they're still taking a look at this.
Can I just watch, because we're waiting so long here, and that's the other part about this, that this is what we don't want. In review. We don't want it lasting this long. And I know get it right, but it still should not last this long. Is it too many men on the ice?
That's what I was wondering too.
Right? Here we go.
After review, it was determined that the play was onside. Therefore, the original call that was made on the ice is going to stand. This is a goal.
So, I think
New York's going to be charged with a 2-minute bench minor for an unsuccessful challenge.
And here's the other part. 1-0 Penguins, and now they're going on the power play. So I think to summarize, and I understand why Patrick Wasman, I get all that, but I just don't think the visual evidence was enough to completely overrule the call on the ice.
The Island captain, Anders Lee, having a calm conversation with the official right now at
with the
center
linesman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So right now they're matching up the snapshots with a split screen on the TV side of things, and it does look like Achari's skate is still on the ice.
I guess what's the definition of a legal change when you have 1 foot going into the door?
Right.
Like once you enter the plane, you cross the plane. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The visual evidence just did not trump the call on the ice.
Like you said, you understand why Patrick was upset. But a 1-0 lead for the Penguins, and they're on the power play. 14:20 left in this second period. A minute 50 in this Penguins man advantage.
And this is where you double down, right, Joe? This is where you can really, in one quick swoop, if you can double down here, that's a great chance for Raquel. If you can get a power play goal here, you're really going to put the Islanders behind the 8 ball.
Penguins still have it in the Islanders' zone. Downstairs to Crosby below the goal line. Centering pass. Raquel denied by a pad save from Sorokin. Here come the Islanders now in transition. They bring it to the neutral zone over the Penguins' line. Shoulder save from Nedeljkovic on a quick shot from the far point from Peugeot. Now taking it is Evgeny Malkin, leaving it back for Crosby. Quickly ahead to Raquel over the Islanders' line. Back up to the near point for Grzelcyk. Down to Raquel. Over to Crosby in the circle. Up to Malkin. Takes the high slot. To Grzelcyk now. Send it over to Carlson. Centering pass looking for Crosby. Couldn't connect. Back up to Grzelcyk at the point. Carlson a drive. Loose puck to the right. Crosby can't get a handle on it. And the puck picked up by Casey Cizikas. He can't sweep it out. Here's Malkin, a touch pass over to Crosby at the far corner. 45 seconds left on the Pens power play. They still have it in the Islanders zone. Carlson at the far half wall. Takes it down to the corner. Plays it up to the far point for Grzelcyk. Over to Malkin above the near circle. Malkin downstairs to Crosby. Kind of whiffed on a pass. Taken by McLean. Here come the Islanders. They could have numbers over the Penguins line. McLean fires a shot. Glove save Nedeljkovic. 23 seconds left on the Pens power play. They lead 1-0 with under 13 minutes left in this second.
You almost feel like the Penguins had a lot going on in that power play where they could have scored, but also you feel relieved that they were starting to do some of their old habits of making high-risk passes, and the Islanders were really edging to go for it for a shorthanded goal by their defenseman jumping up on the play.
Patrick Waugh still heated on the bench. During that last whistle, he was still barking at the referees as the Penguins take it out of their own zone. 10 seconds left on their power play. Second unit is out there. Rung along the boards over to the far corner. Now in behind the cage of Sorokin. Eller tries to dig it out. Swung up along the near boards. Letang is there. Out of the box comes Engvall. We're back to 5-on-5. 1-0 Penguins. As the Islanders take it out of their own zone, they could have numbers now. It's Engvall taking it over the Penguins line to the far side. Makes a U-turn at the circle. Takes it up to Dobson, high slot. Fires a shot. Saved by Nedeljkovic. Rebound goes over to the far side, and the Islanders couldn't get a clean shot off. Now Kevin Hayes with it. Kill it out to the neutral zone.
I believe that was Palmieri who gathered that rebound but just couldn't stick a fork in the bouncing puck as he had Ned down and out and just couldn't get any kind of wood on the bouncing puck right in the top of the blue paint.
It's now 10 saves for Nedeljkovic. That'll go down for icing. Under 12 minutes left in this second period. 1-0 Pens thanks to Crosby.
Injured? Call the expert personal injury attorneys at Shenderovich and Fishman. They handle all types of injury cases, and their fee is only 25%, not 40%, like some other law firms. They're smart, aggressive, experienced, and have a 99.7% success rate, so that means they win. Car accidents, motorcycle wrecks, tractor-trailer crashes, dog bites, any accident, and there's never a fee unless they win. Shenderovich, and Fishman. 1-888-98-TWINS. They've got your back, not your wallet.
Speaking of wallets, Sidney Crosby has just spent money over the last 4 games as Ryan Graves sends one right to the shoulder of Ilya Sorokin. Now the Islanders take it out over the Penguins line. Bo Horvat leaves it over to the far corner. Now taken by Blake Lizotte over the Islanders line. To Drew O'Connor in the near circle. Fires a shot saved by Sorokin.
Big rebound. Penguins just couldn't get there.
Now the Islanders take it to center ice. Flip it up into the air. Dumping it into the corner. Anders Lee and Ryan Graves chasing after it. Graves able to sweep it out to his defense mate. Now over to the far side as Graves first to get there. Sends it over the Islanders line. It goes tumbling over to the far corner. New York trying to work it out of their zone. Sends it to Horvat at the near half wall. Kept back in by Letang. Puljujarvi picks up the loose puck at the far half wall. Whipped on a pass, then sends it back to O'Connor. He rings it along the boards. Nola Chari fighting for it. Comes away with it. Goes for a tough angle shot on a backhanded try. Kept out of there by Sorokin. Michael Bunting goes slammed into the back of the cage by a check from one of the Islanders. And then picks up the puck in the near corner. Sends it over to Puljujarvi, a drive. And Sorokin makes the shoulder save, then jumps on top of the puck in front of the crease. Keep this game a 1-0 lead for the Penguins. 10:40 left in the second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, it's Hockey Talk time, where teamwork takes the spotlight. In hockey, success begins with a superb lineup, much like our Penguins.
Oh, you got that right, Roger. And speaking of success, Ford's lineup offers a winning combination of power, agility, and leadership.
Ooh, sounds like a dream team to me, Jimmy. With that being said, it's our pleasure to introduce an unbeatable roster: Mustang, F-150, Bronco Sport, and Escape.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Gather a group for a Penguins game this season and save. Lock in great seats at a great price with a group of 10 or more today.
Back to the point with a shot. Scores! Evgeny Malkin plays hero, and you can slap it on the Broadway marquee.
Call 412-642-PENS or visit PittsburghPenguins.com for details. Be sure to ask about our new fan experience packages. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
When you're craving a savory snack that's energy boosting, nitrate free, high in protein, and full of flavor, you want the original Mr. Donair beef jerky. High quality protein, finest U.S. beef cuts, nitrate free, premium meat snacks, power play performance. Mr. Donair, proud to be the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, Sidney Crosby is now on a 4-game point streak, a 3-game goal streak, and he's picked up 5 goals in his last 3 games. He's now got 598 on his career, and the Penguins lead 1-0 with 10:39 left in the second, thanks to the captain.
He's doing it all. Face-off dot, defensively, he's physical, stick handling on his knees, backhand shelfies. Sid he is dialed right now. He is so good right now.
His 2 goals in his last game was the 7th time in his career he's had back-to-back multi-goal games. He's trying to get 3 straight multi-goal games for the 2nd time in his career. As Carlson chips it forward over to Sorokin, padded out of there, and the Islanders take it out of their zone. It's Polak in between the penalty boxes, dumping it over into the Penguins' end. Fight for it at the near corner. Marcus Pettersson's got the puck below towards his skates, and now it's taken by Holmstrom of the Islanders. Dug after in the near corner in the Penguin zone. Crosby trying to dig it out. Bunch of sticks hacking and whacking at the corner of the Penguin zone to the right of Alex Nedeljkovic, taken out of there by Engvall. Now Malkin will play it along the far boards. Rickard Rakell picks up the puck, takes it to center ice, backhand chips it over into the Islanders zone as the Penguins get a change. Now Polak sending it over the near boards and dumping it over into the Penguins' end. Alex Nedeljkovic stopping it to his right, plays it up to Lars Eller. Gets it over to Cody Glass, but out of his reach, Penguins will take it back over the Islanders' line now, though. As Glass accelerates over on the far side, steers the puck over to the far corner. Eller digging it out, pitching it up to the far point. Graves a quick shot, and that missed. Rather got broken up, kicked over to the near corner.
I think Glass might have got a stick on that, reached out with one hand.
Under 10 minutes left in this second period. 1-0 Pens as the Islanders stretch it down over to the Penguins' end. Nedeljkovic stopping it, leaves it for Jack St. Ivany. The backhanded pass over to Ryan Graves. Graves with a nice tipsy-do around Peugeot. Kicking it out to center ice. And scooped up by Lars Eller. Eller will dish it back to Jack St. Ivany in this Penguin zone. Over to Ryan Graves on the far side. Takes it to center ice, rings it along the boards in the Islanders' end. Fight for it in the near corner. And Anthony Beauvillier chips forward over to the far corner.
Don't look now, but the shots are 23-10. Penguins with 8:40 to go here in the second.
The Penguins have been out shooting the Islanders 11-3 in this period. Here's a shot from the far point, make it 12-3.
Deflected by Beauvillier. Beau's getting close.
Now taken by Hutton over the Penguins line. Stick save by Nedeljkovic. Popped up against the end of the glass. Never skimmed the netting though, so we play on. As Letang fishes it out to Blake Lizotte. Lizotte takes it to the neutral zone. And now takes it over the Islanders line on the far side. Over to the circle. Cross ice pass. Jumped over the stick of Letang as it got deflected. And Beauvillier tried to ladle one home. Now taken by the Islanders. They get it out to center ice. Dumped back into the Penguins end by Horvat. Below the goal line, Marcus Pettersson chases it down from the far corner. His clearing attempt taken away by Siplakov fresh off the bench. Siplakov chasing after a deflected pass below the goal line. Now he's in behind Nedeljkovic's net. Plays it over to Horvat. On the far circle is Palmieri. Back to Horvat near the slot. Fires one on net. And a save by Nedeljkovic. They bank it in. Initial save by Nedeljkovic. The puck popped up in the air, and Kyle Palmieri took a baseball swing at it. Found the back of the net, and the Islanders get their first goal of the night. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, Joe, let me back this one up a little bit, because this all starts with a turnover by the Penguins. Marcus Pettersson did not see Max Siplakov come off the bench. He tried to go up the middle of the ice. As soon as he jumped on the ice from the bench, he picked off that Pettersson pass, and that's when all the trouble started for the Penguins. Really, it's a simple play by Bo Horvat with traffic in front by Beauvillier, and Palmieri takes the rebound. It hits the goaltender, Nedeljkovic, goes straight up in the air. Nobody really knows where it is except Palmieri and Letang. Letang has Palmieri, but he doesn't have him because he doesn't have his stick, and Palmieri knocks it out of midair. We're tied at 1.
And now Crosby takes a baseball swing at a puck at the near half wall in the Islanders zone, but New York takes it out to center ice. 7:20 left in the second period. We're tied at 1. As Erik Karlsson gets thrown down on a check by one of the Islanders. And now Karlsson will flutter it up to center ice, where it's taken by Rickard Rakell. Dumps it over the Islanders line on the near side. Crosby chasing after it in the corner. Sweeps it along the end boards. Malkin with a centering pass to Rakell, but couldn't connect on him. Now Crosby pitches it out to the far point for Karlsson. Karlsson tried to dish it back over to the slot. He takes a check from Siplakov. Now a loose puck below the goal line that Karlsson races down after. He gets taken down to the ice. We got a delayed penalty here. 6-on-5 in favor of the Penguins. Nedeljkovic onto the bench. Michael Bunting onto the ice. Fires a shot. Couldn't get a clean handle of it, though. And with possession, the Islanders will stop the clock as Siplakov will head to the box. We're tied at 1 from New York. 6:40 left in the second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Every fantasy football champion makes one defining move. Brock Bowers is going to be the #1 receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you have him, congratulations.
Touchdown Raiders!
Fantasy Sports Radio can help you make that move.
It's really important to pay attention to the drops when waivers run. You're going to see some decent players drop, so make sure you always look at the drop list.
Listen to the best analysts for lineup advice, trade questions, and roster moves. Make your move with Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and the Sirius XM app.
The big names are on NHL Network Radio.
The head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore.
Kochetkov making that jump last year. What do you see in the net?
The kid wants it. That's the first thing. Is he going to be the guy that we're looking at this year to get after it and take a bigger role? Maybe. But we still got Freddie in here. I think he's got something to prove. So I think we're going to have a good battle in the net.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Penguins are back in the power play with Max Siplikov in the box for tripping. Trying to get back on top in this game. 1-1 score, 6:40 left in the second period. The Penguins with most control in this second period, Borky, but the Islanders recently getting the equalizer.
I remember earlier in this period, it was Palmieri who had a chance right on the doorstep and couldn't stick the fork in a bouncing puck. He didn't make a mistake on that one.
Crosby to take the draw to the left of Ilya Sorokin. He's got Malkin to his right, Raquel to his left. Crosby wins the draw as Grzelcyk takes it to the high slot to Crosby at the circle, down to Malkin. Malkin curls up around the circle, goes for Crosby. Cross-ice pass looking for Carlson and missed him. Now Grzelcyk in the high slot with it. Back over to Malkin, a one-timer. They score! Evgeny Malkin puts the Penguins back on top, blasting one home. It's 2-1 Pens.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen that from Gino. And I love it. There was one chance where he sent it down low to Sid. It didn't connect. So a quick recycle by the Penguins. And don't underestimate this pass from Matt Grzelcyk. The one-timer pass is something that goes underneath the radar. It's flat, the speed is right, and more importantly, it's in Gino's wheelhouse, which is just inside his back skate. And with Sidney Crosby in front, maybe a little distraction for Sorokin, but it is an absolute howitzer, one-timer, left shot, right dot, and Gino with the PPG makes it 2-1 Penguins.
Malkin unable to score on that homestand, so it's his first goal since the last road game in Vancouver. This will be icing over into the Islanders zone. Crosby with that trademark jump right in front of Sorokin. He was trying to tap it in. That's why I had a little bit of a delay. I was wondering if it was .599, but it is Malkin's goal.
Coming into this game, the Penguins had 8 power play goals, obviously now 9. But last year, and that 8 came in 13 games. Last year, it took them 27 games, twice as long to get to 8 power play goals. So, a little tip of the Jofa to David Quinn, who's taken over the power play and maybe just simplified things a little bit.
Both special teams, in terms of power play and penalty kill, working wonderfully for the Penguins as of late. As the Islanders have it in the Penguin zone. Matt Grzelcyk gets a hard check into the end boards.
Oh boy, that looked like a hook there by Wahlstrom on Grzelcyk. That's a dangerous play.
Grzelcyk looking to be okay, maybe a little bit gingerly. Skating over back onto the bench. Drew O'Connor chases after the puck in the Islanders zone. Got it over to Letang, to Graves in the slot. Fires, it goes wide. Now loose puck scooped up by Lars Eller. Feeds it to Ryan Graves again. Sent over. A shot coming and a save by Sorokin as he's gliding over to the left in front of the crease. A 2-1 lead for the Penguins as Drew O'Connor and Noah Dobson start to shove gloves.
And the glass And Brock Nelson with some pushing and shoving. Oh, the boys going to go here? Let him go.
Thompson definitely wants a piece of O'Connor. O'Connor's ready to roll. The officials will stop that action, and we'll stop our action as well. 2-1 Penguins with 5:20 left in the second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette delivers the news that matters to you. We deliver coast to coast with award-winning coverage of world events. We deliver in the zone with the latest local news in your community. We deliver whether you're home or away with on-the-fly digital access. And of course, we deliver on the ice with hard-hitting hockey coverage and in-depth news from around the league. For Pittsburgh and the greatest hockey fans around, nobody delivers like the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
In life and on the ice, the action moves fast. You need a solid team ready to back you up no matter what happens. With S&T Bank, get the ultimate playbook for achieving your financial goals. Our dedicated bankers have the strategy that'll help you score big. When it's time to set up a winning strategy, S&T Bank will get you in the game. Stop by a branch today or visit stbank.com/PensRadio to learn more. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Penguin fans love to shake things up with the best handcrafted milkshakes you'll find anywhere. The Milkshake Factory is the only place you'll find the amazing array of flavors like Campfire S'mores, Banana Foster, and Chocolate Dipped Strawberry. Milkshake Factory has been serving up hand-spun milkshakes and house-made chocolates since 1914. It's a flavor utopia. Find a location near you at milkshakefactory.com.
2-1 Penguins with 5:19 left in the second period. Goals by Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin for the Pens. Kyle Palmieri with the lone goal for the Islanders. And the Pens out shooting New York 27-12, Borky.
Yeah, 15-6 here in the second period. It's imperative. I can't say this enough. It's imperative the Penguins go into the locker room with at least this one goal lead. You got 5:19 left in the second period here. But the way this game is, with the confidence level of the New York Islanders and their inability to score right now, I just think it's really important the Penguins go in the room at least up one goal.
Has been a little bit since that Malkin goal, but it's Mike Sullivan saying it too. The momentum after a goal is scored, so pivotal. And the Penguins trying to get something going in the Islanders' zone, but New York will clear it on out. This goes out of play. 5:13 left in the second. Still 2-1 Pens.
I forget what the numbers are. I should have them on the top of my head and on the tip of my tongue. Penguins record when 87 and 71 score in the same game. Look, you're frantically looking through your notes over there. I'll just keep mumbling and bumbling. I'll take the marbles out of my mouth, and maybe by then you have the number.
Well, I have the reverse number in terms of the Penguins' record when Crosby does not register a point. They're 1-5-0.
I don't need that. I need the one with 87 and 71 score in the same game, Joe.
All right, well, we got 4:50 left in this second period to figure that out.
I'll get my minions on it right now.
2-1 Penguins as Crosby in between the penalty boxes dishes it back to Erik Karlsson over in the Islanders zone. Another as it's taken back over by New York. Mayfield will pitch it out to the neutral zone, feeding Anders Lee. Stretch pass near circle, ripped a shot well wide. Over to the far point, now fired on, and a stick save from Nedeljkovic. Steers it over to the right as Karlsson rips it out to center ice. Cleared on out, stolen by Marcus Pettersson. Boy, the Islanders almost had a breakaway pass there for Casey Cizikas. Penguins with it in the Islanders zone. Ryan Graves at the far point, rung along the boards, in behind the net. Dobson stops it. Michael Bunting steals the puck, played along the near wall. As Engvall is able to get it out to center ice, but Jack St. Ivany quickly sweeps it out to Nola Chari. Chips it along the boards. Kept alive as he paws it down. Bunting trying to dig the puck free at the far half wall. Holmstrom backhanded out of there. Over towards the Penguins end as Nedeljkovic sticks it away over to the far side. Here's a turnover taken by Holmstrom. He goes with the forehand and couldn't get a clean shot off.
That's two breakaways. I'll call that a breakaway by the Islanders. And they tried the same move, and neither one of them were a shot on goal. Forehand, backhand, forehand, roll off the end of your stick.
Penguins chip it out over to the Islanders zone. It goes tumbling to the left of Sorokin. That'll be icing. 3:19 left in the second period. 2-1 Pens.
Yeah, so for the Penguins, it's tightening the screws a little defensively. Because that's the type of game it is right now. If you could just you're just going to add more frustration to the New York Islanders if you do not beat yourself, if you do not turn the puck over, if you do not make mistakes that are unforced. Another turnover there by the Penguins.
The Islanders crank it back into the Penguins zone, sending it over to the far corner. Quick pass to Siplikov, but a backhanded shot goes wide. Now played on up to Brock Nelson, takes it to the slot, fires his shot, and Nedeljkovic got a glove on it. Kicked off the end glass, goes over to the far wall. Islanders keep it alive. Dobson in the slot, fires it, pad save, Ned. Scooped up by Pulock in the near wall. Cross ice pass Dobson from the circle. He fires, didn't get through.
Blocked by a cherry.
Second attempt, denied by Nedeljkovic. Puck goes in behind the net. Graves digging after it. Siplikov brings it along the boards. Dobson stops it at the far point. Chips it down to the corner. Siplikov brings it up along the far wall. Got thrown into the boards by Ryan Graves. Islanders work a little give and go as Pulock loses the puck to Anthony Beauvillier. He sweeps it over to the Islanders zone. Pulock there to chase it down. 2:20 left in the second period. Penguins lead 2-1. As Pulock weaves through the neutral zone past a couple of Penguins, dumps it into the Pen zone. Over to the far corner, Ryan Graves trying to chip the puck free. Anders Lee going against Drew O'Connor, and now it's sent up to Hutton at the high point. Over to Horvat, rung along the boards, over to Lee, and then scooped up by Lars Eller for a moment. Pajot trying to keep it alive at the near corner. Now Sempelau the goal, and slid over to Alex Nedeljkovic towards his right. He stamps his glove on top of it. 1:51 left in the second period. 2-1 Pens.
I'll give you the face-off numbers. Islanders have been pretty good here. Penguins had an edge in the first period, but now it's 54% Islanders, and they're led by J.G. Pajot, who's won 8 of 9. But Horvat's going to take this one. Horvat's won 4 of 7.
Horvat against Lars Eller to the right of Nedeljkovic. 1:51 left in the second. Penguins control on the draw. Grzelcyk brings it along the boards out to center ice where it's taken by Hutton of New York. He flips it back over to the Penguins zone. A race after it, and we get
icing here.
I didn't hear the whistle.
No whistle. No whistle. Just the arm up.
Just hand signals.
I think I got a toot.
We need more of those.
Yeah. And now Sid can't get over the boards fast enough here for the offensive zone faceoff, and the scoop for the Islanders. They've been out here for a bit.
Crosby to take the draw to the left of Sorokin in the Islanders zone. 1:40 left in this second. 2-1 Pens. Crosby wins the draw, jumps over the stick of Grzelcyk though. Letang has to chase it down in the Penguin zone. Islanders will get a change, and a much needed one, as Borky had just mentioned, as Letang sends it ahead to Malkin. Far side, chipped ahead to Ricard Raquel. He couldn't get a sweeping stick on it. Now cleared on out over to the Penguins end. That is a whistle for icing.
Oh boy, this group's got to stay on the ice again for the Islanders. You see, Sid won that last face-off too clean. He won it so clean, it was like a snapshot back to Grzelcyk at the point.
So it's Crosby against Horvat to the left of Sorokin, and Crosby had it for a moment, but the Islanders get a touch on it. And Pajot will take it out to center ice. Over the Islanders logo. Sends it to Lee, who stops right before the Penguins' blue line and sends a pass right to Evgeny Malkin. Chipped ahead to Ricard Raquel, near side in the Islanders zone. Takes it to the near corner. Final minute of the second period. Penguins lead 2-1. Sent up along the near boards where Lee will pull it out. Send it over to Pajot. He's trying to blast through Pettersson, but Pettersson able to take the puck, spinning over at the far corner, then takes a hard hit from Pajot.
That's called taking a hit to make a play by Pettersson.
As Ricard Raquel catches a pass from Carlson, dumps it over the Islanders line. 35 seconds left in this second period. 2-1 Pens. Stretched up to Engvall. He takes it over the Penguins line. Shot on Nedeljkovic. Stick save, and then he batted it up towards his chest and snatched it out with his glove. Just under 30 seconds left in this second period.
That was a strange play. Engvall took a breakout pass, and all of a sudden he took 2 long strides, powerful strides, and he was in the Penguin zone. He was able to back the D off. And I believe that was Carlson that gave the old flamingo. That shot by Engvall kind of fooled Nedeljkovic. He tried to bat it out of the midair with a stick, missed it, caught it with his glove.
Down to 20 seconds left in the second period. Islanders have it in the Penguin zone. Shot from the far point is blocked by Achari. He backhand chips it, but it goes in and out of the Islanders bench. 14.7 seconds left in the second.
Okay, I have a question for you. If the Islanders are hanging their glove over the bench and the Penguins from their defensive zone clear the puck and it hits said glove, then why are the Penguins penalized for that by bringing this faceoff all the way back into their zone?
Yeah, is that what happened?
It's exactly what happened. I think this is something the league needs to take a look at. If you're going to hang your glove over the boards and the team is trying to clear the puck and your glove is basically in play, why is that team penalized?
Well, they are trying to make a bigger notion of it. We'll get to that in a moment. Islanders have it in the Penguin zone. Near half wall, down to single digits left in the second period. Dobson fires a shot. It goes wide. Loose puck to the corner of the trapezoid. Centering pass got broken up. Goes over to the far side. Lars Eller has it, and that'll end this second period.
There's Dobson and O'Connor back at it, and now Palmieri comes in.
They were trying to go at it earlier on in this period, right before the break, and O'Connor was ready. And then Palmieri came to the rescue and slowed down the Penguins' number 10.
Yeah, Palmieri bailed out Dobson there. Otherwise, he was going to get a double dose of DOC.
Just back to your point, I mean, they did make the rule change this year about hanging out.
Sitting on the boards.
On top of the boards. I mean, you might as well just make it everything, right?
Yeah.
But then how do you police that? Is it a penalty every time?
It's simple. If you are going to hang your glove over the boards and the puck hits your glove, then the faceoff should come outside the zone right where that glove was. There's no way that the team that's in the defensive zone should be penalized if a player's hanging his glove over the boards. Just bring the faceoff outside the blue line.
I hear you. I'm saying just limit all of that by, hey, stay off the edge of the board. Just stay on the bench.
There's one thing on sitting on the boards, which is the new rule, and hanging gloves over the boards. Those are two very different things.
Well, the Penguins lead 2-1 over the Islanders. As Brian Metzer is standing by, he'll have the second intermission report for us, along with tweets with the old 2-9er. We got him back. And the Penguins able to take a 1-0 lead. Islanders tied things up. And then Evgeny Malkin with the power play goal put the Pens back on top. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pens fans, hockey is back and we're ready to get rowdy. Pick up some Labatt Blue Light, turn on the game, and get cracking all season long. Labatt Blue Light, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, 2024 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York, all rights reserved. Labatt regular U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd. Message for 21 and older.
Stop by Dino's Sports Lounge in Greensburg and Latrobe for 450 20-ounce Labatt Blue drafts during all Penguins games.
At GetGo, quality is at the core of every menu item. Our 3 expert chefs fine-tune every detail, from how classic and unexpected flavors complement each other to the order each fresh ingredient is added, so that every sub, burger, salad, wrap, drink, and app is crafted for craveability. And we're always searching for bold new recipes and ways to improve your favorites. Order amazing at GetGo Cafe and Market today. Better, believe it.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Now it's time for the second period recap, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Now back to the Penguins Radio Network.
You wanted goals? We got you some goals, and it started with Sidney Crosby. Brian Metzer here with you as the Penguins lead the Islanders 2-1, and as I mentioned a moment ago, Sidney Crosby on the board again with his 6th of the season, fed by Evgeny Malkin and Rickard Rakell. Just a beautiful backhand shot by the Penguins captain. It was reviewed because it looked like maybe the Penguins were offside with Nola Chari trying to get to the bench. Unfortunately for Patrick Waugh, it did go the Penguins' way, and they had the lead in the hockey game. Islanders would answer a little bit later, though, at the 12:21 mark when Kyle Palmieri, a usual Penguin killer, knocked a puck out of the air and past Alex Nedeljkovic to tie the game at 1. Penguins would answer that, though, with a power play goal early in a power play. Siplikov goes for tripping, and moments later, that came at 13:21. Evgeny Malkin would score his 4th of the season on a one-timer at 13:37 from Grzelcyk and Rakell. So Penguins getting a ton of looks in this game. They finally beat Sorokin for a couple. We'll see if they can hold on and pull off a victory. Shots on goal in the period 14-10 in favor of the Penguins. They're out shooting the Isles 26-16. When we come back, we will tweet the old 2-9er. Tweet us at Penguins Live or at Brian_Metzer. Borky answers those questions next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is the S&T Bank second period instant radio replay.
Brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
Close it down for Erik Karlsson with a stretch pass all the way over to the other side. Crosby knives it over to the far corner in the Islanders end. Chip Freedom Malkin, loose puck in front, and they score! And it's Sidney Crosby! Career goal number 598. He's 2 away from 600, and he puts the Pens on top by 1.
Pittsburgh knows the strength of a good team. At Tri-State Office Furniture, everyone brings something unique to the table, and we use those abilities to strengthen our team. We go above and beyond to find what's right for you, because once you're in the Tri-State family, you're a part of our team.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
At Shop and Save, we know these athletes need teammates they can rely on. Teammates that support them and know how to lead everyone to a win. In the grocery aisles, every shopper needs that too. When it comes to scoring the best deals every day, Shop and Save is your teammate. Coming in clutch with digital coupons, weekly specials, and pump perks to redeem at 140 participating Sunoco locations. Shop, save, and enjoy life with plenty of ways to save.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, Waste Management has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team, because doing what's right for our planet is vital work, best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careerswm.com.
Tweet the old 2-9er.
Penguins lead the Islanders 2-1 after 2 on the island. Brian Metzer here with you, and now joined live from the game, none other than our good buddy Phil Bork. He's here to answer your questions because it's time to tweet the old 2-9er. Borky, your first one tonight comes in from Morgan. It's election day, she said, and if you could vote for a law to prevent the Pens from doing something, what would it be?
Morgan, good question. One law prevent the Penguins from doing something, what would it be? Overpassing.
That, I agree. I like that one.
Overpassing, yeah. And especially on the power play. They're very guilty of that. Again, when you have skilled players, they can be sometimes guilty of that. But it's funny, when you talk to said skilled players and you ask them what they need to do better, they say keep it simple all the time. Right?
Yep.
It's really, it's a head scratcher. But that would be my one thing if I had one vote for the Penguins to change.
Hey, if that was on the ballot for me, Borky, I would pull the lever for you, so I'm with you. Our good friend Simo from Australia checked in. It's been a while since we heard from him, and he said, if the Pens were to play an international preseason game, where would you like it to be? And he jokingly says, and why are you saying Australia?
Oh, my goodness. That would be incredible to go to Australia. One place I've never been to. And also to Asia would be, I know the Penguins, they played was it a preseason or regular season game against Nashville in Tokyo, right?
Yep.
In Japan, way back, I want to say early 2000s, somewhere around there, or late 90s. These games that get played over in Europe are flat out awesome. It's really, really good. But that's where I would pick. I would pick somewhere in Asia.
And you know what, Borky? I remember sitting at a watering hole on the south side back in the day and everybody being jazzed for the face-off to begin at about 12:30 Pittsburgh time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was good times.
Is that AM or PM?
That was AM, so it was taking us up to last call almost. The bar stayed open.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they stayed open to let us watch the rest of that hockey game whenever the Pens
my vote.
Played over there. I'm with you there. Hey, one more here from Morgan. She says, who is your dark horse for the third period breakout for the Penguins in this game?
Is DOC. I think Drew O'Connor's had a really good game. He's skating. He's being noticeable. He's pulling the trigger. The one thing he needs to do is get the puck off his stick a little bit quicker because defensemen recover and, more importantly, goaltenders recover. On the stick, off the stick. Don't stick handle. Don't dust it off. Just snap it. And DOC's been flying. Hopefully he gets rewarded here in the third.
Yeah, I'm with you there, my friend. Hopefully he does because he came awfully close in that little tic-tac-toe play in the first period. I know you called it that way. I know you'd love to see the toe on the end of the tic-tac, right?
I love the toe on the end of the tic-tac. Amen.
Amen to that, my friend. I'll talk to you from Raleigh in a few days here. I believe you'll be on the trip, right?
Sounds good, pal. Talk to you then.
Okay, sounds good, Borky. Yep. Thanks. That's the old 2-9er, Phil Bork. You can tweet him again on Thursday evening whenever the Pens go into Raleigh. When I come back, get you caught up on the scoreboard, more on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Penguins Pledge is the Penguins' commitment to a better community and environment. Launched in 2023, Penguins Pledge brings awareness and solutions for a more sustainable society. Together with our Pledge champion partners, PPG, U.S. Steel, Endra Energy, Wesco, Coca-Cola, and EQT, the Penguins are excited to inspire our fans and to create action and awareness on issues of environmental and social sustainability. Learn more at PittsburghPenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of the early mornings, dedication, breakaway goals, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What are two things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deets.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves.
Stop from Vasilevsky.
All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies.
He scores! Unbelievable!
all the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's time for the scoreboard.
Penguins ahead of the Islanders 2-1 after 2. Brian Metzer here with you, and here are some scores for you. The Sabres up 5-1 on the Senators now, 7:41 to go in the third. Maple Leafs up on the Bruins 2-0, 9:04 to go in the third period in Toronto. The Canadiens up 2-1 on the Flames. There's 8:21 to go in the third period of that one. Flyers and Hurricanes, who the Penguins will see on Thursday night, are tied at 4 in Raleigh. 3:05 to go in the third period. We'll see if that goes into bonus hockey. The Lightning and the Blues are tied at 1, 4:45 to go in the second period in that one. And the Wild currently lead the Kings 1-0, 5:57 to go in the second. Zach Bogosian, his first goal of the season in that hockey game. Kraken trail the Avalanche 1-0, 8:48 into the first period. Wagner, his first there. Couple late faceoffs for you. You'll see Vancouver go into Anaheim for a game with the Ducks, and the Blue Jackets take on the Sharks at 10:30 p.m. in San Jose. Macklin Celebrini back in the lineup for the Sharks. When we come back here, third period action from the island with Joe Brand and Phil Bourque on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Ho, ho, hold up! It's Jimmy Fallon, and you're invited to my place for Christmas. Get ready for a new channel of classic holiday songs handpicked by me. Simply having a wonderful Christmas. Plus music from my new Christmas album, Holiday Season. Jimmy Fallon's Holiday Seasoning Radio. On now, channel 17, or listen at home with the SiriusXM app. Just search Jimmy Fallon.
Hockey 24/7 on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
This is the NHL. These are pros. You don't want guys to put good power play units on, don't take penalties. You don't want good power play units to score goals when you've given up a whole bunch, kill them. You don't like it, do something about it. If you want to reward your guys who had a good game with a chance to get some more goals and points, do it. If I was a coach, I wouldn't care. Who cares? Worry about your own team. Don't worry about mine.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91. And on your schedule with the SiriusXM app. NHL Morning Skate.
Michael Bunting of the Pittsburgh Penguins. You've always had the great ability to play with great players.
I think my style of play complements the top dogs, as you will, like kind of go to those harder areas in the corner in front of the net and kind of create space for them and get them the puck and, help them create offense off of that. So kind of found a little niche with that.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellar. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app. The big names are on NHL Network Radio.
The head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore.
Kochetkov making that jump last year. What do you see in the net?
The kid wants it. That's the first thing. Is he going to be the guy that we're looking at this year to get after it and take a bigger role? Maybe. But we still got Freddie in here. I think he's got something to prove. So I think we're going to have a good battle in the net.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Is back at PPG Paints Arena.
Crosby comes in for Pittsburgh on the backhander. He scores! There's that patented backhand shot from the captain.
Join us for this year's must-see matchups and gotta have it giveaways with a custom no-fee 5-game flex plan. Build your plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Top angle shot, centering pass, they score! Drew O'Connor catches the feed from Evgeny Malkin.
Secure your custom no-fees 5-game flex plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The world's greatest coverage.
Taves, 3-on-1. Taves, Lee, scores!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins.
This is Matt Grzelcyk. Now let's get back to the action called by Joe Brand and the old 2-9er Phil Bourque.
Thanks, Matt. Final 20 minutes here in New York. Penguins on top 2-1, looking to start this road trip off on the right foot, looking for their third straight win. Important 20 minutes coming up here, Borky. We don't want to look too far ahead in the road trip, but with the tough competition coming up, and with the way the Penguins have been playing right now, you'd like to take that momentum here on the road.
No, I just got an update from Carolina where the Canes in a back and forth affair with the Philadelphia Flyers score late. It's at 5-4 Hurricanes with under 30 seconds to go, so that makes this one even more important. Details. It's all about the details and the little things for the Penguins right now.
Penguins leading 2-1 in this third period, out shooting the Islanders 26-16 in their white sweaters. They attack from right to left. New York Islanders attacking from left to right in their home blue sweaters. Islanders take it to center ice and over the Penguins line. Nedeljkovic with his stick will swing it over to the far corner for Chris Letang. Evgeny Malkin with it to Matt Grzelcyk, who takes it up to center ice. Skates over the red line and dumps it over into the Islanders zone. Penguins get a change. Scooping it up are the Islanders in their own zone. Isaiah George making his NHL debut. Standing tall with the puck behind Ilya Sorokin's net. Slides it over to the far side for Noah Dobson. The Islanders take it over the Penguins line. Dobson in the slot, cuts through, got deflected though. And Drew O'Connor breaking up the puck.
Good stick there by DOC, good recovery.
Drew O'Connor with 8 shot attempts in this game as well. He's 3 shy of his career high. The Islanders keep it alive in the Penguins zone. Over to the far half wall to Brock Nelson from the circle. Fires a shot, pad save, Nedeljkovic.
Quick left toe save there by Ned on the dangerous Brock Nelson.
Well, Lars Eller takes it for the Pens, drops it back to Marcus Pettersson. A minute and a half into this third period, 2-1 Pens from New York. First of 4 meetings between these two teams, and the first of 3 straight against division opponents for the Penguins. And they dump it into the Islanders zone over to the near corner. It's sent up to the near point for Ryan Graves. And over to Jesse Puljujärvi, throws one towards the net. Michael Bunting tried to direct it home, but it skipped above the net. Kicked off the far wall, and the Islanders crank it out to center ice. Ryan Graves stops the puck in between the penalty boxes, though. Chipped it forward. It's scooped up by Bo Horvat, though. Dumps it over the Penguins line into the near corner. Fought after by Jack St. Ivany. Horvat takes back the puck. Sends it over to Hutton. Walks the blue line over to the far side. Chalowski a shot. And a pad save from Nedeljkovic as he stamps his glove on top of it. 2:10 into this third period. It's 2-1 Pens.
Wow. The reaction by Nedeljkovic on that save, Joe, was he looked surprised. A hard wrist shot from the left point by Chalowski with traffic in front, both by St. Ivany and Anders Lee. And that puck, oh, I know why it got deflected. That's why. That was Pajot in the high slot. As I watched the replay, and Pajot with a really good deflection. That's an exceptional save by Nedeljkovic to keep it 2-1 Pens.
Here come the Pens. Had numbers over the Islanders and over their line, but a deflected shot coming from Blake Lizotte. Penguins send it over to the near wall. It was intended for Kevin Hayes. He blew a tire, though. Lizotte settles down the loose puck. Centering pass and a save from Sorokin. Right on the doorstep was Anthony Beauvillier. On the Islanders, looking to get it out of their own zone. Blake Lizotte puts a hard check into one of the Islanders. New York dumps it over to the Penguins' end for icing. Fans don't like it. They thought that Holmstrom had a chase on it, though.
Well, Anthony Beauvillier, who was a first-round pick by the Islanders back in 2015, this is the 4th time he's played in the island. The first time, get this, Joe, was on February the 9th, 2023. He was a new member of the Vancouver Canucks. They come rolling into Long Island. They went 6-5. And in the third period, one Anthony Beauvillier has the game-winning goal on the power play for his new team, the Vancouver Canucks.
Spent his first 7 years here at the Islanders. 457 games and 102 goals during that span. He played almost 50 playoff games with the Islanders. I know I don't have to remind Penguins fans about that, though.
Thanks, Joe.
Just reading what was on the stat sheet. He's black and gold now, though. All good stuff. It's Ryan Graves Eric Carlson gets it out to Marcus Pettersson. Chipped over the line for Rickard Rakell. Sidney Crosby from the near circle feeds Rakell. Lost it over to the corner. Swept over to Evgeny Malkin. Rung along the boards to the far point for Carlson. Tried to dump it back in. Kicked off a stick of one of the Islanders as Rakell chips it out to Crosby. Centering pass to Pettersson in the slot. Throws one towards the net. Crosby trying to redirect it. Sorokin is on top of it, freezing the puck. Was it between his legs?
I think it leaked through him and was sitting in behind him. Nobody knew where the puck was. The referee, by the body language of Sorokin, was that, like us up here, thought he had it underneath him, but it leaked in behind him. That's a great job by Marcus Pettersson to keep moving laterally and wait for Sidney Crosby to do a drive-by. Sid got a piece of it. I'm not sure with what, maybe a skate on the drive-by, and it rattled around the pads, the pillows of Sorokin, and just sat in behind him without going in.
Right, it was just leaking through. You could see it on the replay, but no Penguin was behind. That was why it was a little bit of a late whistle blown. Islanders have it back in the Penguin zone. In the near corner, it's Siplikov. Plays it along the near boards, gets it to Dobson, takes it towards the corner. Centering pass goes all the way to the far wall. Hudson takes it down to the corner, cranks it back down along the boards. Grzelcyk chases after it, takes a shoulder from Siplikov as Eller tried to chip it out to the neutral zone, but it's kept in by Brock Nelson. And now spit free to the neutral zone. Thanks to the active stick from Lars Eller, the Islanders regroup in their own zone. Penguins get a change, so will the Islanders. 4.5 minutes into this third period. It's 2-1 Penguins. Now Horvat with speed over the Penguins line. Kept out of there by Nedeljkovic to the right of the cage, but the Islanders keep it alive in the Penguins zone. Mayfield got a deflected shot. Jack St. Ivan, he sweeps it out to the neutral zone. Michael Bunting can't get there, though, as Isaiah George will settle it down. He gets deflected. Loose puck in front. Achari with a quick shot, but a shoulder save from Sorokin.
Oh, what a pizza that was, right on the stick of Achari, but it was in too tight.
Here's Horvat with a shot. It's seared wide. Kicked off the back glass. Scooped up by Puljujarvi. He tries to feed Achari in the neutral zone, but the Islanders take control.
Joe, how many chances have the Islanders had in this game? I'm talking point-blank chances, and they've missed the net. That tells me they're squeezing the stick pretty tight.
Came into this game averaging 2.25 goals per game. And again, most of the damage has been done on special teams. Now there's a chance for the Penguins here. Lead pass to Kevin Hayes, plays it off the far wall, stops at the far circle in the Islanders zone. Cross-ice pass looking for Pettersson. He plays it from the corner. Centering pass goes off the skate of one of the Islanders. The Penguins can't keep it alive. It missed there. Carlson now scooped up by Engvall. A quick shot and a pad save from Nedeljkovic. Kicked on out to the neutral zone. The Islanders will send it back over into their own end and regroup. 14:10 left in this hockey game. 2-1 Penguins. The Islanders can't get it over the Penguins line. Swept back in by Letang. Grzelcyk from his own zone. Feed it back over to Letang. As Rakell slides it over to Crosby. To Malkin over the Islanders line. Takes it to the far side. Crosby lost the puck as the Islanders took it back. Siplikov brought it out to the neutral zone, but then taken away by Rakell. Now taken by Nelson. Rakell breaks up a pass from Nelson as the Penguins take it back out to the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass from Crosby. Malkin tries to play it from the near corner. The Islanders looking to crank it out along the near boards. Kyle Palmieri with it, feeding it to the neutral zone. Missed the stick of Siplikov. St. Ivan, he settles it down. Down to 13:25 left in regulation. 2-1 Pens. Ryan Graves pushed it ahead, but taken by the Islanders. Here's Horvat from the near circle. Backhanded pass to try to find it towards the crease. It got taken by the Penguins. Lead pass to Drew O'Connor. But Isaiah George is able to run it down in the Islanders zone. Sent back up ahead of the neutral zone. Eller's got it. He lifts it up high into the air. Tumbles off the top of the glass on the far side. Over into the Islanders zone. Fight for it in the far corner. Drew O'Connor. And they escape it out to Lars Eller, but it jumped off his stick. The Islanders take it. They could have numbers here over the Penguins line. It's Lee losing the puck. Letang dishes it back out to center ice. Cody Glass will softly dump it into the Islanders zone. 12:40 left in regulation. 2-1 Pens.
Not from a lack of chances. The Islanders have had so many chances, and now I know why they're averaging close to 2 goals a game. Their confidence and their playmaking and their execution is really, really off.
Again, when it rains, it pours. Right now they're missing Matt Barzal. Anthony Duclair as the Penguins take it over the Islanders line. Here's Michael Bunting, shoots and scores! First goal of the year for Michael Bunting. And the Penguins take a 3-1 lead in the third.
They call him Bunts. And boy, is that a celebration right there. I love this play. It starts with Nola Chari with about a 70-foot stretch pass to Jesse Puljujarvi. And the play that Puljujarvi makes, Joe, is really unique. Really, really special because he drags it around the defenseman Grant Hutton. Drags it around him, right-hand shot, right side of the ice. He hangs on, he knows, he hears Bunts. Yip, 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 yip. Just a little bit of a hesitation by Puljujarvi. He finds Bunting, and boy, does Bunts rip this one over the pad, under the blocker of the goaltender Sorokin, and a 2-goal bulge for the Penguins. It's now 3-1.
Largest lead for any team tonight. Still under 12 minutes to go in this third period. Marcus Pettersson brings it up to the neutral zone as Kevin Hayes cranks it down into the Islanders zone. Rung along the board, Sorokin stops it. Slides it to one of his teammates as the Penguins get a change. Pushed ahead of the neutral zone. Letang gets it out to Malkin. As the top line is out there, Sidney Crosby already with a goal tonight, looking for 2 more for 600. Malkin with a U-turn over at the far point, just coughed the puck up to the Islanders. They take it in transition over the Penguins line. It's Dobson with a shot, stick save. Nedeljkovic goes over to the far corner. Chris Letang boxes out Bo Horvat for the puck, but Anders Lee steals it. Now Dobson, far point, shot, missed off to the side, skimmed the netting, stopped the clock with 11:16 left in regulation. 3-1 Penguins, courtesy of Michael Bunting's first goal of the year. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Every fantasy football champion makes one defining move.
Brock Bowers is going to be the #1 receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you have him, congratulations.
Touchdown Raiders! Fantasy Sports Radio can help you make that move.
It's really important to pay attention to the drops when waivers run. You're going to see some decent players drop, so make sure you always look at the drop list.
Listen to the best analysts for lineup advice, trade questions, and roster moves. Make your move with Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and the Sirius XM app.
Hockey 24/7 on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
This is the NHL. These are pros. You don't want guys to put good power play units on, don't take penalties. You don't want good power play units to score goals when you've given up a whole bunch, kill them. You don't like it, do something about it. If you want to reward your guys who had a good game with a chance to get some more goals and points, do it. If I was a coach, I wouldn't care. Who cares? Worry about your own team. Don't worry about mine.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on your schedule with the Sirius XM app. The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
CU.org/pens for more.
(3-1) Penguins. Michael Bunting finding the back of the net for the first time this year. And the Penguins, first time tonight, have a 2-goal lead. 11:16 left in regulation as the Pens are looking to make it 3 straight wins and start this road trip with a W.
Situational hockey, right? That's what you're dealing with here right now. You have a 2-goal lead on the road. Do all the little things right here.
Noah Dobson cutting around on the far side. Went with a backhand shot. Then Nedeljkovic patted out of there. Now the Penguins will take it out of their zone. Chris Letang with speed in the neutral zone. Fires a shot on Sorokin. He was able to steer it over to the near side, and Letang chips it over to Drew O'Connor. He plays it off the near wall. Cody Glass has it at the near circle. Stops at a dime in the corner, takes it up along the boards, dumps it into the near corner as Eller will ring it along the boards over to the far side. We get a delayed penalty here. It's going to be on Drew O'Connor.
Yeah, this is Dobson sucking in O'Connor here. As O'Connor went for a little bit of a bump on Noah Dobson, Dobson threw himself up into the air and was able to get the call.
Number 10, minor penalty. Kneeing.
That's really well done, Noah. And I mean that sincerely. You're down 2 goals. You're having a tough time scoring. So you feel a little bit of contact, and he didn't embarrass the referee. He sold it in a very professional way. So I mean this sincerely. That's how you do it. You're a desperate player, a desperate team to score goals. You're down a pair.
Penguins killed off their first penalty kill. They've also killed off their last 14. Back to the Coppers penalty kill. Islanders have it in the pen zone. Leave it up over at the high slot for Pulock. Over to the far circle for Palmieri. He is the only goal for the Islanders tonight. Fires it on net. Toe saved by Nedeljkovic. Backhand. They score on the attempt from Wahlstrom. Another Holmstrom. And the Islanders get back within 1. It's 3-2 Pens.
Well, partner, while you were watching the puck, I was watching the front of the net. And I was watching Marcus Persson battle with number 7, Max Siplikov. And I did not like what I saw. Siplikov was the initiator. Siplikov was the aggressor. Siplikov was the stronger player in front. And it's just a harmless shot that is not harmless anymore because Nedeljkovic is screened by his own defenseman that can't clear bodies out from in front. And then this is a really good backhand by Simon Holmstrom that gets the puck up real quick over a sprawled out Ales Nedeljkovic. And here we go, Joe. 1-goal game with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in regulation.
Penguins crank it back into the Islanders zone at the near corner of Evgeny Malkin, trying to dig it out. Islanders get it past Crosby on the near boards, and Horvat beating Pajot in the neutral zone. Pulock over the Penguins line will dump it in.
And so this is why what Dobson did, all of a sudden, something crafty like that by a veteran player has made this a 1-goal game on that power play goal by the Islanders.
2-goal leads have been a little dangerous for the Penguins lately. They have picked up wins in their last 2 games, trying to make it 3 straight here tonight at the Island. 9:34 left in regulation, 3-2 Penguins as Erik Karlsson tried to ring it on out, but Max Siplikov jumping up into the air, pawing it down as Karlsson had it from the corner, but then got stripped of the puck by the Islanders. They send it over to the near point, jumps over Dobson's stick all the way to the Islanders zone.
Boy, a bit of an adventure shift there for Erik Karlsson. The puck just jumping off his stick right to the Islanders.
Stretch pass to Siplikov, who takes it over the Islanders line. His pass went off a skate of one of the Penguins. Now Palmieri takes it to the near point. Cross-ice pass over to the far half wall, up to Hutton, now over to Palmieri at the near circle. Tried to tap it home, but Matt Grzelcyk got a stick in the way of it. Puljujarvi picks up the puck, will clear it out to the neutral zone. Onto the stick of the Islanders, though. They quickly get it back over the Penguins line. Palmieri trying to chip it forward to one of his teammates. It was stolen by Matt Grzelcyk. Chris Letang feeding Lars Eller, who takes it up to center ice. And now dumps it into the Islanders zone. 8:35 left in regulation. 3-2 Pens. Islanders re-rack in their own zone. It's taken up to center ice by Engvall. He's stripped of the puck. Drew O'Connor trying to keep it alive, but Holmstrom, who just scored the most recent goal, feeds it over the Penguin line. Rings along the boards as Nedeljkovic is out. Flings it off along the near wall. Jumped off the skate of Lars Eller and taken by Cizikas in the near corner. He's crushed into the wall by Ryan Graves. Swept over to the left of Nedeljkovic. He freezes the puck with 8:08 left in regulation. Penguins on top, but it's down to a goal. 3-2 Pens. The time winding down here in New York. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Paul Steigerwald. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shifts. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals over the years. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. They develop solutions that preserve natural resources with the goal to protect and beautify our world. PPG Paints Arena is proud to be the first LEED Gold certified NHL arena. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
Simon Holmstrom's first goal of the year has brought the Islanders back within one. It's 3-2 Penguins, 8:08 left in regulation. Along with the old 2-9er, Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. Penguins kicking off this 3-game road trip, all against division opponents. We'll get a face-off to the left of Nedeljkovic between Kevin Hayes and McLean. Islanders win it. Quick shot on Nedeljkovic. Shoulder save. He freezes the puck. 8:04 left in regulation. 3-2 Pens.
Interesting that Holmstrom's last goal was against the Penguins. It was the last time the Penguins here. That was game number 82 of the 23-24 season back on April 17th, 2024.
This is the first of 4 matchups between these two teams. The next time they'll see each other will be here. It'll be the first game after Christmas. And it'll begin a back-to-back. As a former Islander, Anthony Beauvillier takes it over the Islanders' line, falls down to the ice at the far corner, but still keeps the puck alive in the Islanders' zone. Blake Lizotte chips it up to Evgeny Malkin. Erik Karlsson is shot. A save by Sorokin. Able to handle the rebound in front of him, freezing it with 7:39 left in regulation. 3-2 Pens.
That's what I'm talking about with Erik Karlsson. Did he dust it off, Joe?
Nope.
No. Did he stick handle?
Nope.
No. He got it at the right point. He took one step towards the middle of the ice, and he wristed it towards the cage. It was a fairly hard, difficult save for Sorokin because it came off the stick so quick. He bobbled the rebound. The Penguins were there. If that thing gets away from Sorokin, maybe you have a chance at something. But all because Karlsson got it off the stick quick.
Top line back out there. Crosby wins the draw. Letang sends it along the boards. Raquel chips it back to Crosby. He lost the puck, though, as it's botched free, and the Islanders take it to the neutral zone. Dump it over the Penguins line, over to the far corner. Letang slides it along the boards to Malkin. He tried to play it, but Horvat slings it over to the near corner of the Penguins' end. Mayfield a drive. Got deflected by Grzelcyk. Loose puck in front, and they can't bring it home. Horvat with a centering pass. Shot, they score. It's Pajot in the slot. And just like that, we're tied up at 3. 7:12 left in regulation.
Once again, the Penguins can't clear bodies out from front, in front of their net. It is such a struggle for them. And when you have a player like Anders Lee, he's alone. There's not too many players, teams in the league that can move him out of the way. But the Penguins, they're just standing around. It's hard to watch, man, when they get into this stuck in the mud, I call it, in the defensive zone. It's really frustrating to watch them, number one, not move their feet, not anticipate where the puck's going to be, but all 5 heads are staring at the puck in the corner. Nobody takes Pajot in the dangerous slot area. He chips it over a screened Alex Nedeljkovic, and we're tied at 3.
We get icing from the Penguins, so we'll get a draw to the left or right of Nedeljkovic. Less than 7 minutes left in regulation, a 3-3 hockey game.
Well, every Penguin fan knows in the biggest moments you look for your best to shine. That's why 3 generations of Pittsburghers have trusted Orr's Jewelers for their biggest moments. Orr's Jewelers, the official jeweler of your Pittsburgh Penguins. Orr's rocks.
Islanders have never led in this game, but they have been able to tie things up now twice. We get a face-off to the right of Alex Nedeljkovic. It'll be Brock Nelson for New York against the Penguins' Lars Eller. Drop of the puck, and the Penguins control. In the far corner, Jack St. Ivany will sweep it out to the Islanders' zone, but it'll be icing. 6:49 left in regulation, tied at 3.
Michael Bunting scored at the 7:44 mark of the third period. You give the Penguins a 3-1 lead. You've got the New York Islanders in a absolute figure four leg hold, leg lock, and you let them up off the mat. That's so frustrating to watch this team and some of their shortcomings defensively. When they work so hard, they do so many things right, Joe, to get that 2-goal lead in the third period. To watch it quickly disappear from defensive zone shortcomings is really frustrating.
It was the Holmstrom power play goal to bring the Islanders within one. And then Pajot with the equalizer. 6:30 left in regulation as Ryan Graves from his own zone will backhand chip it along the far wall. Stretch pass looking for Lars Eller from Cody Glass. That goes over to the Islanders' end. Not icing though. As the Islanders chip it up to the neutral zone. Graves swats it over to the far side. Drew O'Connor pitches it back. As the Penguins re-rack in their own zone. Erik Karlsson behind Nedeljkovic's net. Pushes it ahead. Nola Chari just stonewalls Casey Cizikas down to the ice.
Cizikas is Looney Tunes right now as he ran into a freight train. And we have a penalty coming up here.
Cizikas dropped his stick, went straight to the bench.
Oh boy, this is bunting for high sticking Mayfield.
After killing off 14 straight penalties, a power play goal by the Islanders brought them within one. They've tied things up. Now the Penguins are going
minor penalty. High stick.
Back to the penalty kill. When we come back, it's tied at 3, less than 6 minutes left in New York. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
The NASCAR Championship is on the line, and SiriusXM will take you to the track for every thrilling turn.
1, 2, 3 cars crashing and colliding.
Sunday at 2 Eastern. 4 drivers enter with equal points, and the highest finisher takes the crown.
This is Joey Logano. This is Tyler Reddick. Hey, it's William Byron.
This is Ryan Blaney. And driver-to-crew chatter puts you in the car for every lap.
Let's go get a championship, baby!
The NASCAR Cup Series Championship live from Phoenix. Listen on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it, there's a chance, rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Electric.com today.
Back to the Coppers penalty kill for the Penguins, and the biggest one of the night. We're tied at 3 here from New York. 5:58 left in regulation. Nola Chari to take the draw against Brock Nelson to the right of Alex Nedeljkovic. The Penguins have coughed up a 2-goal lead in this third period. Drop of the puck. And the Penguins control. Blake Lizotte behind Nedeljkovic's net. Can't clear it out. It was stopped by an Islander stick. Over to the near point for Brock Nelson. Up towards the high slot. Back to Nelson above the near circle. Sends it to the high slot for Pulock. Back to Nelson in the circle. Goes up to the near point. Looks towards the crease. Throws one towards the net. But Blake Lizotte down to a knee blocked it. Back over to Nelson. To Pulock in the high slot. To Nelson again near half wall. Takes it up to the near point. Fires it on net. It goes wide. Over to the far corner and swung on over to the far point. And taken by Blake Lizotte. Up to the neutral zone. He'll flip it up into the air and dump it into the Islanders zone.
Yeah, end of a shift. And also he blocked the shot. Really stung him on the left leg. Didn't have much left. He thought of going after Nelson. He was the last man back. Forward playing D. But had nothing left in the tank.
Little over a minute left on the Coppers penalty kill. We're tied at 3, under 5 minutes left in regulation here from New York. Islanders have it back over the Penguins line. A fight for it in the far corner in the Penguins zone. Horvat dishes it up to the far point, kept alive by Dobson to Pajot to Dobson, fires it towards the net. Stick save Nedeljkovic. Rebound goes over to the far half wall. Horvat to Dobson above the near circle. He makes a U-turn at the near half wall, takes it up to the high slot for Horvat, jumps over his stick. He chases it down at the far point, feeds it to Dobson, high slot, cross-ice pass to the circle, and a pass stolen by O'Connor. He'll clear it on down. 30 seconds left in the Coppers penalty kill.
Needed somebody to make a big play there, and there's DOC, active stick. Down 200 she goes.
Still tied at 3, 4:15 left in regulation as the Islanders take it back over the Penguins line. Swept out by Nola Chari. Marcus Pettersson gets it to Letang. He tries to ring it along the boards. Can't clear it though. Dobson keeps it alive. Dumps it into the near corner. We're down to single digits left on the Coppers penalty kill. Dobson at the near point. Sends it down to the corner for Horvat. He's in the circle with the puck. Out of the box comes Bunting. One-timer at the high slot. Achari blocked it. Islanders still have it in the Penguin zone. They dump it into the far corner. Now it's Anders Lee with a centering pass. It got broken up thanks to Nola Chari. Islanders still with it though. Lee takes it to the high slot, defended by Glass. Down to a knee, a one-timer coming from the Islanders, and then a save by Nedeljkovic as he freezes the puck with 3:38 left in regulation. Still tied at 3.
Oh, what a save by Ned on Bo Horvat. After a bit of a broken play, Horvat was out in that soft spot, the high slot, which is really hard for a defenseman to go out and chase him. And as he's fading away from the goal, he lets a wicked wrister go. And Ned, with great positioning and rebound control, robs Horvat.
Well, another face-off to the right of Nedeljkovic. Top line is out there. Crosby trying to will his way to have the Penguins control. It's still fought for in the far corner, swept out to the point. Raquel looking to disrupt it. He's able to chip it out to the neutral zone. Islanders will dump it back into the Penguins' end. 3:20 left in regulation. We're tied at 3 from New York. Islanders lost a stick. It was Casey Cizikas. He'll head back to the bench, though. And be replaced as the Penguins dump it into the Islanders' zone. Kenny Malkin races after the puck. Got it to Rickard Raquel. He went for a backhanded pass towards Crosby, but it missed everyone. Penguins will settle it down to the neutral zone. Matt Grzelcyk to Erik Karlsson. He flips it up into the air. It tumbles over towards Sorokin. He's able to blocker it towards his right. Settled down by Mayfield for the Islanders. 2:50 left in regulation as the Islanders bring it back into the Penguin zone.
Ready for some birthdays party?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Matty Benier is 22. Colton Sissons, 31. Penguins Matt Nieto, 32. Toby Enstrom, 40. Nikolai Zherdev, 40. Sean Brown, 48. Former Islander Alexei Yashin, 51. Sergei Berezin, 53. Former Islander Ken Sutton, 55. Lance Pitlick, 57. And former Islander defenseman Brian Curran, 61. Happy birthday, boys.
Happy birthday, Matt Nieto, celebrating his 32nd birthday. And on this trip is a one-timer from Pettersson. Sailed wide of the net. Penguins tried to tap it home. Puck still live in the near corner. As it's taken out by the Islanders, Brock Nelson. He'll feed it up to Siplikov. Now over to Palmieri over the Penguins line with some speed. Cuts it towards the slot. Tried to get a shot off but couldn't. Goes crashing into the wall as Drew O'Connor picks up the puck, takes it out to the neutral zone, dumps it on over into the Islanders' end.
What a defensive back check by Drew O'Connor. Might have saved a goal there because the way that Palmieri was weaving his way towards the goal was just about to pull the trigger, and he got stripped by DOC.
Then he crunched Noah Dobson, his buddy, into the corner. As he heads back to the bench, Penguins have it in the Islanders' zone. We're down to the final 2 minutes of regulation, tied at 3. Bunting rings it along the boards to Erik Karlsson in the corner. Missed pass over on the near side. It's picked up by Bo Horvat. Islanders with it. As a stretch pass to Anders Lee over the Penguins line. He rings it along the boards. Nedeljkovic juts out of there to stop it with a stick. Has to hurry. Plays it off the near boards as Bunting will play it. Send it out to the neutral zone for Jesse Puljujärvi, who dumps it over to the far corner in the Islanders' end. Penguins get a change with 1:35 left in regulation. We're tied at 3. The Islanders work it out of their own zone, get it to center ice, but Chris Letang is able to sweep it back into the Islanders' zone. Sorokin out of his net stops it, feeds it over to the far side, dished over to Mayfield at the near corner, and now up to Engvall at the near point. He takes it to center ice, dumps it into the Penguins' end, throwing it to the near corner, rung along the boards where Nedeljkovic will stop it, fling it along the near side, and chipped out of there by Crosby to the Islanders' logo as Dobson will settle it down. Final minute of regulation, still tied at 3 here in New York. Chris Letang sends it along the end boards. Jumps off the shelf in the near corner. Crosby sent it to Malkin. His clearing attempt stopped by Dobson. Thrown towards the net. Got deflected over to the near corner. Malkin scoops it up. He starts to let traffic subside in front of him, gets it to Crosby, who will crank it over to the Islanders zone. Actually right on Sorokin, who sticks it away to his right. Final 35 seconds of regulation. We're tied at 3 in New York. As it's sent over the Penguins line, over to the far corner. Carlson digs it out to the near boards. That's stopped by Pajot. He had the equalizer in this game. Chip back down to Carlson. 20 seconds left in regulation. Eller sliding it over to Cody Glass with speed in the neutral zone. He got stripped of the puck. Taken by Lee. 15 seconds left in regulation. We're tied at 3. Dump back into the Penguins' end. Carlson with it behind Nedeljkovic's net. Feeds Lars Zeller down to single digits as Lee poked it free. Cross-ice pass from Carlson goes over to the near board. Drew O'Connor swings it back over to the near corner. And we are headed to overtime. A 3-3 hockey game from New York. The Islanders have never led, but they've tied things twice, including erasing a 2-goal lead by the Penguins in this third period.
All the Penguins have to regroup. That one stings, blowing that 2-goal lead, but a huge point on the table here in bonus hockey.
So the Penguins get a point, their third straight game, getting at least one. They'll try to get the second when we come back. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins hockey is back at PPG Paints Arena.
Crosby comes in for Pittsburgh on the backhander. He scores! There's that patented backhand shot from the captain.
Join us for this year's must-see matchups and gotta have it giveaways with a custom no-fee 5-game flex plan. Build your plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Top angle shot, centering pass, they score! Drew O'Connor catches the beat from Evgeny Malkin.
Secure your custom no-fees 5-game flex plan today at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The world's fastest game.
Under the pass and they score! John Tavares!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
This is Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield Overtime.
Well, the Penguins start this road trip off with at least 1 point. They're trying to make it 2. A 3-3 hockey game through 60 minutes. Overtime at UBS Arena in New York. It'll be Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Erik Karlsson for the Pens, attacking from left to right. Brock Nelson, Kyle Palmieri, and Ryan Pulock for the New York Islanders.
Last year, the Islanders were 9-11 in overtime. This year, 1-2. Penguins last year, 4-9. This year, 2-0. Both goals scored by the captain.
The most recent one coming in the homestand, and Crosby already with a goal tonight as the Penguins control after the draw. It's Karlsson chasing it down in his own zone. The Islanders pushing up on him. He gives it to Rickard Rakell. Rakell getting away from Pulock at the Islanders logo. Will retreat back over into the Penguins zone and leaves it back for Karlsson. Karlsson now to center ice, takes it over the Islanders line from the far circle, cuts in towards the slot. He gets taken down to the ice. We get a whistle blown. Penguins are going to go on the power play here. It'll be Palmieri to the box.
All right, Erik Karlsson acting.
New York, number 21, minor penalty holding.
Erik Karlsson acting like a forward there, carrying the mail to the neutral zone, and knew he had half a step on Karlsson. What I love, Karlsson on Palmieri, what I love what Karlsson did was he then leaned into Palmieri and fended him off with his right hand while he held the stick in his left hand who had the puck. So he just kind of kept gliding and bulldozing his way towards the goal, and at the last second, they called Palmieri for hauling down Karlsson. So here you go, man. Lots of ice, 4-3 in overtime.
Crosby will take the draw. Malkin and Rakell out there along with Erik Karlsson. It's Mayfield, Bo Horvat, and Ryan Pulock out there for the Islanders.
Excuse me, Joe. One of Sid's overtime winners was a power play goal in overtime. That's the game against the Buffalo Sabres back on October the 16th.
That was the game. Evgeny Malkin scored his 500th goal. That was Sidney Crosby's first goal of the season. He's already had one goal tonight. He kind of wins the draw, but it goes right to the stick of Ilya Sorokin. Now the Pens have it in the near corner. Sent up to the high slot for Karlsson. Sends it over to Malkin. Touch pass back to Karlsson. Over to Rickard Rakell, far circle. Karlsson in the slot. Back to Rakell. He back skates it over to the far point. Now comes over to the crease to Malkin near circle. Searching. Throws one towards the net. Can't direct it home. Loose puck. But Sorokin is able to keep it in check.
Mayfield got two huge cross checks on Sidney Crosby. And if the Penguins are not already on the power play, Mayfield's going to get called there. Boy, does he get some licks in on Sidney Crosby. And what a save by Sorokin. Evgeny Malkin never took his eyes off of Sidney Crosby as he danced with the puck at the right dot, left-hand shot. So he's not selling shot at all. He's looking for a passing lane. He sends it to Sid. And Sorokin somehow, it rattles around his right armpit, his blocker, his rib cage, and somehow he keeps it out of the net.
Same four out there for the Pens. Now to the right of Sorokin. Crosby to take the draw against Peugeot. And the Islanders control. Peugeot will clear it on out over to the Penguins' end. Delkovich out to play it up to Karlsson. 1:25 left on the Penguins' power play. We're in overtime from New York. As Karlsson rings it along the boards over to Malkin at the far corner. He left it, and Peugeot clears it on out again. Delkovich well out of his net this time to feed it to Crosby quickly. Down to 1:05 on the power play. Crosby takes it over the Islanders line, leaves it back for Malkin on the far side. Takes it over to the circle, now to the slot, now to the near circle. Malkin slowing down, shuffling with the puck, gives it to Karlsson, over to Rakell, far circle.
How about getting Gino for that one-timer again?
As Rakell gets it to Malkin, he wasn't ready there. Now takes it towards the slot, downstairs to Crosby, back up to Malkin, got broken up by one of the Islanders. All the way down over to the Penguins' end. Nedeljkovic pushes it ahead to Malkin. Under 40 seconds left in the power play. We're in overtime. Left back for Crosby in the circle. Downstairs to Malkin. Right at the top of the goal line. Takes it to the circle. Cross-ice pass. Rakell trying to get it off the pad of Sorokin to Crosby. It just went off the pad. 25 seconds left. Malkin a shot, and it's blocked by the Islanders. Peugeot races it down. Takes it to center ice. Clears it over to the Penguins' end where Karlsson will scoop it up. 15 seconds left in the power play.
Penguins have to be a little bit fatigued here. Be careful.
Crosby's still out there. He hasn't left in overtime. Rakell below the goal line. Plays it over to the far corner. 5 seconds left on the power play. Crosby at the bottom of the near circle. Leaves it back for Rakell. Near half wall. Out of the box is Palmieri. Back to 4-on-4 for the moment. As Rakell takes it below the goal line. Stripped of the puck. It's loose over to the far corner. Chased after, kept in by O'Connor. And here come the Islanders. A 2-on-1. Brock Nelson shoots off the post.
Oh my goodness.
Over to the far half wall. Dobson will take it to the corner. He gets punched into the boards by O'Connor as Erik Karlsson tries to pry the puck free. Now the Penguins take it. It's Lars Eller turning around in his own zone. We've got 4-on-4 in this overtime after the power play ended. Under 2 minutes left in overtime. Now Chris Letang gaining speed over the Islanders logo. Pass stolen by Bo Horvat over to Holmstrom. He takes it on the near side over the Penguins line. Makes a U-turn at the near half wall. Now from the near point towards the circle. Left it over. Now slid on over to Horvat. He gets stripped down to the ice. And the Penguins are going to go to the penalty kill. 1:36 left in overtime. And now the Islanders get a shot at 4-on-3. It's Letang to the box.
Pittsburgh, number 58, minor penalty. Tripping.
There's times these Pittsburgh Penguins do things, Joe, that are absolutely maddening. Absolutely maddening. Where you watch and you try to figure what are you thinking there? Like what is going through your brain? The turnover by Drew O'Connor left to a breakaway by Brock Nelson, and now bad positioning by Chris Letang, and an opportunity here for the Islanders with 1:30 to go in overtime.
Connor clears it down after the face-off. 1:25 left in overtime. 4-on-3 in favor of the Islanders. The Islanders take it over the Penguins line. Chip free by O'Connor for a moment, but Horvat's got it near point over to the high slot for Dobson. Over to the far circle. Dobson's got it again in the slot. Sends it over. Far circle. A shot and a pad save from Nedeljkovic. Popped high into the air. Pettersson palms it down, but Brock Nelson has it. His pass gets directed over to Nola Chari. He tried to clear it out. Now it does get punched forward by O'Connor. Well out of his net is Sorokin to push it ahead to Bo Horvat. Under a minute left in overtime. Centering pass blocked by Pettersson. And a backhanded try by Horvat.
Blocked by Eller. Eller probably saved the goal, laying the body down.
Now a fight for it in the far corner. Eller tries to kick it free. Horvat was first to get there. Now Blake Lazat's got the puck. 40 seconds left in overtime. He clears it on down. Sorokin quickly stops it with his stick and slides it up to Dobson. 34 seconds left in overtime. Stretch pass to Nelson. Broken up on a good back check from Achari. And the Penguins can't clear it out completely. Horvat stopped it in between the penalty boxes.
The Penguins are hot. Sorry, Joe. Sorry to step on you there, but that hit the linesman. The linesman's hurt. But he's able to gather himself and stay in here for the last 15 seconds.
As Dobson and the Islanders taking over the Penguins line. Cross ice pass. Nola Chari bunts it with his stick and kicks it out to the neutral zone. Palmieri takes it over the Penguins line. 5 seconds left. Nelson's got it. Dobson, far circle shot, got deflected, and that will kill off overtime. So the Islanders had a little less than 2 minutes of a man advantage to finish OT, but they can't find the back of the net and put this game back in the oven because it's not done yet. We head to the shootout next from the UBS Arena in New York. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deets.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves.
Stop from Vasilevsky.
All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies.
He scores! Unbelievable!
All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
Join us on Saturday, November 2nd, when the Penguins take on the Montreal Canadiens, and we celebrate all things black and gold for Pittsburgh night.
Hands it off to Letang. One-time blast. He scores!
The first 7,500 fans in attendance will take home a Pittsburgh Night Rally towel thanks to U.S. Steel. Get your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com. Penguin season presented by UPMC.
This is the Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield Shootout.
1 point still on the line here from New York. Both teams playing in their second shootout. The Penguins 0-1. The Islanders 1-0. Alex Nedeljkovic now on the right side of your radio dial. Ilya Sorokin on the left side, and the Islanders will go first. Oliver Wahlstrom, number 26, the right winger, picks up the puck at center ice, takes it to the far side, to the far circle, towards the slot, shoots, denied by Nedeljkovic with a pad save.
He's a shooter. And I had a feeling that Ned knew that. He's not a deker. He's a shooter, Wahlstrom. And Ned stood his ground. Here comes Rax.
Ricard Raquel from his own zone, moves up to center ice, picks up the puck. And takes it over the Islanders line to the near circle, cuts towards the crease, forehand denied by Sorokin, glove save, got a piece.
Yeah, just a piece, just the top of the glove. Stutter step by Raquel as he came left side towards the middle, tried to go upstairs.
Well, the former captain for the Vancouver Canucks, Bo Horvat, number 14. Picks up the puck at center ice with a little bit of speed. He comes straight on, now cuts to the near side. Near circle, slows down, goes with a backhand, 5-hole scores.
Oh my goodness gracious. What was that? Holy moly. Is that a set of mitts? Hits the brakes, forehand, backhand, dipsy doodle. I mean, that's something you see from Patrick Kane. With one hand on the stick, a little Peter Forsberg at the end. Dink, 5-hole. Wow.
Here's the captain, Sidney Crosby, already a goal tonight. Takes it over the Islanders line. A big turn towards the crease. Shoots denied. Pad save Sorokin with the right pad.
Sid doesn't come with speed anymore. He comes so slow. And a lot of times he tries that quick little shot. Man, I would love to see Sid. As magical as his hands are, come with speed.
There's Kyle Palmieri with a chance to win it for the Islanders. Nedeljkovic needs a stop here. He takes a lot of speed from his own zone, now brings it over to the near side, to the near circle, cuts towards the slot, shoots, denied. Stick save by Nedeljkovic.
That's a Kuznetsov move, right? Where you come down and you slow it down, kind of hit the brakes, and then you get probably about 12 feet away from the goalie, and boom, you're ripping. And either Ned got a piece or he just blew it wide. Here comes Tanger. He needs to score.
Bottom of the third. And a chance to keep it alive for the Pens. Letang takes it to the near side. In between the rings. Goes to the backhand. He's denied. Sorokin is able to blank all three shootout attempts from the Penguins. And the Islanders, who never had a lead in this game, take a 4-3 victory after erasing a 2-goal deficit in the third. And they win this game in the shootout, 4-3 the final.
Wow, this is disappointing, Joe. This is really disappointing. You're talking about a team averaging 2.25 goals a game, have been shut out, already 4 times this season, and they get 2 goals in the third period when you're up 3-1. No excuse for that. There's no excuse. The Penguins took their foot off the gas pedal. Self-inflicted pain. You had the penalty by Drew O'Connor, ill-advised. And then, once again, the Penguins in their defensive zone coverage, man, they're going to have to quickly regroup after this one, because this one really stings. You feel like you had the game right fully in your hand, and you let it slip through your fingers.
A 2-goal lead in the third period, a chance to win in regulation, and the Penguins fall in the shootout. 4-3 the final, as the Islanders, again, never had the lead in this one, but they win on the last chance in the shootout. We're going to take a break as Paul Steigerwald and Brian Metzer will start the post-game conversation, and then they'll send it back here to UBS Arena, New York, for a few final thoughts as well. Again, the final score, 4-3, the Islanders taken in the shootout. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Labatt and Labatt Blue Light, the official import beers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly. By your Pittsburgh area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Pennsylvania Lottery benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Penguins hockey is also presented by Dairy Queen. Happy tastes good. By Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
Welcome back, Richard. Oh, man.
It's Bill Bork. It's Bill Bork show.
It's been a long time.
Bork and Bazzi show? Can we make it a
Bork and Bazzi? It flows. It goes right off the tongue.
B squared.
No one else goes right off the tongue. What I'm driving right now.
What are you driving?
I'm driving a F-150 XLT Super Crew.
We have over 500 trucks, F-Series, so F-152, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 50. Yeah, you can't say that fast, can you? Yes, and the yee-haw part of that is it's an exuberant over-the-top expression of happiness.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend bets against your team, end the friendship. Or choose chill because you're drinking Coors Light with your buddy. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, Penguins fans, make dessert easy with a DQ fudge and crunch cake or Blizzard treat cake. Dairy Queen is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Pittsburgh Penguins. At Dairy Queen, happy tastes good.
FNB is the official retail and digital bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can expect great checking, obviously, and top caliber performance at home and on the road with the best-in-class FNB Direct mobile banking app. It means hard work and a winning attitude, day in, day out. And it means we're always looking for a chance to assist on your goals. Let's get started. FNB, member FDIC.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is Phil Bork, the old 2-9er. Smith's is the official hot dog of the Pittsburgh Penguins and PPG Paints Arena, with recipes over 85 years old. Ask for Smith's hot dog by name at Giant Eagle and other fine retailers. Smith's, it's a hot dog night in Pittsburgh. SmithsHotDogs.com.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge. Whack more, spend less at Spitzer Auto World.
Our world revolves around you.
You are now listening to Penguins Live Postgame, brought to you by Rivers Casino on the Penguins Radio Network. Now to your hosts, Brian Metzer and Paul Steigerwald.
I felt like I was watching the election.
It's a tug of war, Stag. A tug of war.
Well, the Penguins are up and then they're not. You know? Man, this is kind of what the Penguins have been doing this year, Mets. It's become kind of a habit. Blowing leads on the road.
4 of their last 8 games, Stag. They've blown 4 of their last 8. They've blown a 2-goal lead.
Welcome to Penguins Live Postgame, presented by Rivers Casino. Paul Steigerwald with Brian Metzer. And yes, the Penguins don't seem to know how to enjoy success. They get up on teams. This was even more pronounced because they were playing well, and they seemed to be in control of the game. It wasn't like they just got a lead out of nowhere, and, they were playing a good game, and it felt like they were going to win.
Well, I mean, at a quick glance, 15-6 in high danger scoring opportunities, 26-17 in scoring chances, 54-41 in shot attempts. I mean, they were bringing the offensive part of their game, and they just couldn't score enough early. But once they built a 2-goal lead, I guess reluctantly felt somewhat confident. But then the next thing you know, the Islanders roar back, and it's a tie game, and they take the extra point. So. Not good for the Penguins. Another blown situation, and now their little surge kind of comes to an end.
Let's go back to Long Island and Joe Brand and the old 2-9er, Phil Bork.
Thank you, Staggy. Thank you, Mets. Again, the 4-3, the final here from New York, as the Islanders win it in the shootout. And Borky, the roughest numbers in their last 8 games. The Penguins have coughed up a 2-goal lead in 5 of them, and they've only garnered 2 points in those 5 matchups, and one of them coming tonight, but definitely a lost opportunity to take 2 points in regulation.
Don't we, at this point, want to know why?
Yeah.
Don't we want to know why? You got a veteran team, and when I show you this lineup right here, this lineup right here I'm showing you, that's a playoff team. But you know what that means? Jack Diddley squat if you don't play like a playoff team. And that's a shame. That's a shame. That's too good of a hockey team down there to play like that in the third period with a 2-goal lead. They just won't learn their lesson. They won't learn the lesson, or there's just no consequences for making mistakes the way they do in their defensive zone. It's maddening at times. It's not that they can't do it, Joe, because I've seen them do it. But for some reason, at some of the most important parts of the game, they make some mistakes that just leave you just wondering, really, just wondering why. Why are you making such mistakes, mental mistakes, self-inflicted pain, beating yourself? I'm not taking anything away from the New York Islanders. They play hard. That's a hard-working team. But when you feel like you got outworked on those opportunities and you are a main reason why they were able to come back in that third period, if it happens once, it's going to happen to every team in this league at least once. It's just happened too many times to this Pittsburgh Penguins team. And I think a lot of people want to know why.
Penguins fall to 0-2 in the shootout. The Islanders improved to 2-0 in the shootout. Overall, the Penguins now 5-7-2. The Islanders 5-6-2 as the Penguins pick up 1 point in this first game on the 3-game road trip. It's time for our play of the game, which is sponsored by Rivers Casino. Borky, what you got?
My play of the game is going to go to Simon Holmstrom for his goal on the power play. All night long, Noah Dobson and Drew O'Connor had been going at it, and Drew takes what they deemed, I thought it was going to be tripping, they called it a kneeing penalty in the offensive zone when the Penguins were up 3-1. Unnecessary. And on this goal, it's a really good finish by Holmstrom, but I thought that the Islanders did a really good job in front of the Penguins' goal of being a distraction to Alex Nedeljkovic, getting positioning and staying there and not getting moved out of the way. And just a simple throwing the puck at the net was Kyle Palmieri, and Alex Nedeljkovic did not control the rebound. It came right to Simon Holmstrom all by himself and quickly went from the forehand to the backhand, and boom, he went right upstairs over a sprawled out Alex Nedeljkovic. And that goal by Simon Holmstrom is good enough for my play of the game.
That was the first unsuccessful penalty kill for the Penguins in 15 straight tries, as they killed off the first penalty kill, and then they killed off, 2 more after that? So the PK has still been very solid for the Pens. But again, not enough to win it in the shootout tonight. It's now time for 3 Stars, which are brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Here we go, partner. Let's start with your 3rd star. It's going to go to the goaltender, the netminder of the New York Islanders. Ilya Sorokin stopped 33 of 35 pieces of vulcanized rubber that came his way. Your 2nd star went to Islanders forward, J.G. Pajot. 1 goal, 5 shots. How about this? He went 10 of 12 in the faceoff dot, 83%, and played 20-45. And your number 1 star goes to Islanders forward, Kyle Palmieri. 1 goal, throwing an apple, 3 shots, plus 1, played 20-42.
Well, not much more we can do about tonight, but 2 more games left on the road trip. Carolina on Thursday, Washington on Friday, and then a whole bunch of home games to close out the month. 7 of the next 9 after this road trip will be at PPG Paints Arena. But, I don't know, 2-9er, what is the most important thing to move forward with this in the final 2 games?
Yeah, and now things start getting interesting with goaltending, right? You would think that Yoel Blomqvist would be in Carolina, but also that's Alex Nedeljkovic's former team. And Tristan Jarry will be back with the team on Friday or on Saturday?
He has to come back at least after Friday. They can bring him sooner, but after Friday's the latest.
So, I mean, just a sidebar to this game.
Probably be 1-1.
Listen, I'm not going to beat this dead horse anymore. I said my piece about the defensive zone coverage. It has to be better, especially against Carolina Hurricane team. Makes you play airtight defensively. They play patient. They play hard. They're hard in the forecheck. They'll clog up the neutral zone. And if you make a mistake, if you blink first against the Carolina Hurricanes, forget it. You're not going to win the hockey game. But if you can knuckle down and play like you did in portions of this game here tonight, strong defensively, and generate your offense from that strong defensive play, and play the patient game like the Carolina Hurricanes play, then you have a chance.
All right, partner. Not the result we wanted, but great to have you back.
Thanks, man.
We will have Borky back once again on Thursday when the Penguins continue this road trip in Carolina. Big thanks to all the help we got in tonight's broadcast. Our on-site engineer, Mike Caragliano, helping us out here from the UBS Arena, and then back at the ranch, Jared Calvert for helping us out on the production side of things, our executive producer, Wayne Gretzky-Anderson, and of course, Paul Steigerwald and Brian Metzer, who will have the post-game show for you to recap this one. For everyone that I mentioned, I'm Joe Brand signing off. Again, the final score, the New York Islanders take down the Penguins in the shootout 4-3, the final. Staggy and Metz have the post-game show for you. The floor is yours, fellas.
Thank you very much, Joe and Ricky. And, thought of this, Mets. I remember after the Montreal game, we were talking about finding that delicate balance between, when you're protecting a lead and not being sitting back too much.
Yeah.
And they had only 1 shot for most of the third period. I don't remember how many they got in that game against Montreal, but it was really...
It was like 2 or 3.
Yeah, 3. I think it was 3.
Yeah.
But it had 1 for the longest time. And in this game, they were outshot 10-7 in the third, but it wasn't just a case of being in a shell. I mean, obviously they were making some mistakes that led to like a penalty by Drew O'Connor in the offensive zone. But I think you know what I'm saying. That's part of being able to protect the lead is finding that balance where you want to actually have the puck in their end a little bit. You want to put them on their heels. You don't want to be waiting for something bad to happen. But the Penguins have been doing that a lot, and I think in their minds they still haven't gotten over that hump of how to win when you have a lead. And they were able to pull it off against Montreal, but even that was dicey because Ned had to make some big saves in that game late.
Well, part of it is here tonight, puck management. I mean, they just made some really terrible decisions with the puck in a number of different situations. It could have bit them in the backside earlier in the game, Stag. I mean, they give up a breakaway to Siplikov off Sid trying to hit Marcus Pettersson at the midpoint, and he goes the other direction, and luckily there's no goal. But, I mean, that happened in the third period. They gave up those type of situations when you're supposed to be sitting on it. So it's not only that they not know how to handle the lead, they didn't handle the puck properly, and it just blew up.
That's kind of who they are, and they've got to clean that up, or they're not going to be able to win games consistently because this isn't just a coinky
dink.
Winky dink. It isn't. It's happened too many times to make you now realize that it's a problem that has to be resolved. All right, Mets and I will be back with more Penguins Live postgame presented by Rivers Casino, with the Penguins having lost in a shootout by a score of 4-3.
Europe's top clubs are battling it out in the UEFA Champions League, and you can hear all the top matches on Sirius XM FC.
Mkhitaryan! 2-0! What a start for Inter!
League phase play continues when the Italian champions clash with an English powerhouse.
Odegaard! 2-0! Arsenal running riot!
Inter Milan versus Arsenal, live from the San Siro. Coverage begins Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
You either put up or shut up. Marchand does, Doughty does, Stone does. And if you don't have enough of those players, get rid of them, because they'll make you lose. They'll frustrate the fan base. I want people that are with me, rowing in the same direction. And if you can't, get out of town. We'll find someone who can.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The National Women's Soccer League Championship game is coming to SiriusXM. Hey, it's World Cup winner Heather O'Reilly of SiriusXM FC. Join Jessica Charman and me for the first national radio broadcast of the NWSL Final. That's right, Heather. We'll be taking you through every thrilling moment live from Kansas City. Join us as we make history at the 2024 NWSL Final on Saturday, November 23rd at 8 Eastern. And it's on SiriusXM FC channel 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Join me, Scott Laughlin, and Gord Stellick, along with former NHLer Mike Johnson for NHL Morning Skate, weekday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
You're listening to Penguins Live Postgame, brought to you by Rivers Casino on the Penguins Radio Network.
Tough one for the Penguins here tonight. They get a point out of it, but they should have had a clean 2 points tonight against a team that they're battling in the long run for a playoff spot in the Metropolitan Division, the New York Islanders, who always come up with a way to make it a very painful experience for the Penguins. They've been doing it for decades to the Penguins, and they're still doing it. It's amazing. And now let's go to our S&T replays, brought to you by S&T Bank, proud presenting sponsor of the Penguins Radio Network.
At the far circle is Palmieri. Back to Horvat near the slot. Fires one on net. Saved by Nedeljkovic. They bank it in. Initial save by Nedeljkovic. The puck popped up in the air, and Kyle Palmieri took a baseball swing at it. Found the back of the net, and the Islanders get their first goal of the night. We're tied at 1.
So that was the tying goal by Palmieri, and it was a fluky goal. puck popped up in the air, and Nedeljkovic had no idea where it was.
He was looking all around. He kind of spun, and next thing you know, it was in behind him
there. And that was a kind of a fluke, and it wasn't really one that they, but it was Palmieri, who he's another guy. He's always scoring big goals for them.
All the time, Stag.
Yeah, that one came after Sidney Crosby scored the first goal of the game.
Slows it down for Erik Karlsson with a stretch pass all the way over to the other side. Crosby knives it over to the far corner in the Islanders' end. Chip Friedemalkin, Malkin, loose puck in front, and they score! And it's Sidney Crosby! Career goal number 598. He's 2 away from 600, and he puts the Pens on top by 1. Malkin curls up around the circle, goes for Crosby. Cross-ice pass looking for Karlsson, and missed him. Now Grzelcyk in the high slot with it. Back over to Malkin, a one-timer. They score! Evgeny Malkin puts the Penguins back on top, blasting one home. It's 2-1 Pens. And again, when it rains, it pours. Right now they're missing Matt Barzal. Anthony Duclair as the Penguins take it over the Islanders' line. Here's Michael Bunting, shoots and scores! First goal of the year for Michael Bunting. And the Penguins take a 3-1 lead in the third. Back to the Coppers penalty kill. Islanders have it in the Pen zone. Leave it up. Over at the high slot for Pulock. Over to the far circle for Palmieri. He has the only goal for the Islanders tonight. Fires it on net. Toe saved by Nedeljkovic. Backhand. They score on the attempt from Wahlstrom. Another Holmstrom. And the Islanders get back within 1. It's 3-2 Pens. Tang slides it along the boards to Malkin. He tried to play it, but Horvat slings it over to the near corner of the Penguins' end. Mayfield a drive, got deflected by Grzelcyk. Loose puck in front, and they can't bring it home. Horvat with a centering pass. Shot, they score. It's Pajot in the slot. And just like that, we're tied up at 3. 7:12 left in regulation. The former captain for the Vancouver Canucks, Bo Horvat, number 14. Picks up the puck at center ice with a little bit of speed. He comes straight on, now cuts to the near side. Near circle, slows down, goes with a backhand, 5-hole scores.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play by Bo Horvat, and it was the only goal scored in the shootout. After they'd gone to overtime, the Penguins had 2 shots in the overtime period. The Islanders had none. A couple of penalties in the overtime. Penguins couldn't score on the power play in the overtime, and they also couldn't score on the shootout against Sorokin, who ends up with the win tonight. Interesting little sideshow in this game between Drew O'Connor and Noah Dobson, sorry. And I would have to say Dobson got the last laugh, unfortunately, because you could see O'Connor. He had his head in his hands on the bench at one point where it was like, what have I done? He took a penalty in the offensive zone.
Yep.
And those two were jousting all night.
Dobson's really become a good player in this league, and he took advantage of a young guy there, potentially, if you look at it that way, and just got the best of Drew. But you got to just be so careful in all situations with good players, and that probably wasn't a great situation for him there, Stag, and that's why he was kind of hating on himself a little bit.
Power play goal was big for the Islanders. The Penguins' penalty killing has been perfect for a while. They had allowed only 1 power play goal in the last 7 games, but that was a tough time to allow one.
Yeah, definitely a tough time. You like the fact that Gino got one too, so I guess the special teams kind of mitigated each other, but at that point, it was terrible.